Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blind Wave Podcast.
Hello.
We're live at twitch.tv/blindwave every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome. I am joined by the crew of Blind Wave. Eric Whiteley, Count Grub, Aaron Elliott, for those just joining us. Aaron is trying to pull Jake the Snake.
What do you mean? I looked at chat and said, on time with no audio issues.
It's funny, right before we started, I turned my mic all the way up.
Look, the whole time my mic was down. So it actually did work.
Oh,
it
really?
was great. Now I'm here. There's a YouTube announcement. It's up.
It is up. It is up.
Is the stream. Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing good. It is an exciting time.
Yeah.
Is it?
It is.
It's 3:05.
It
Podcast
is.
time. That's why it's exciting, right?
Well, that's one of the reasons. But I beat Super Mario 64.
All 120 stars.
There were
baby.
hours where I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it. No, not all 120. Although I did go above and beyond the necessary one.
Didn't you get one extra?
I got one extra. It took me a while to get number 70, and then I just found a toad who just gave me one.
Like,
Like,
damn
you
it!
son of a
Nice.
bitch! You couldn't have found me sooner.
Game took pity on you.
But no, it was really good. Groundbreaking, obviously. Some really fun level design.
Mm-hmm.
Skipped some of the more complex levels at the end, but I would be curious in like going in and seeing exactly what all they have to offer. But
Mhm.
I did finally get to watch some speed runs of it that I'd been holding off on since I started streaming it,
Gotcha.
and it just blew my mind. Obviously,
Yeah.
like how's that even possible?
Uh-huh.
The movements are great, aren't they? Like
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the diving and stuff and how fast they go. And you're like, how do they
Just-
manage to move like this?
It's just perfect control. Yeah.
You're like, Mario does not listen to controls. And you watch that and like, how do they make him do it?
How do they do it? I love that part of their setups is like moving by manipulating the camera as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I had to do that too.
You did? Yep. One of the first games to have that 3D camera that you had to control.
Yeah.
And I'll always love its its integration where it's just a character and you can be mad at it and not mad at the game developers. No, I'm sure you were.
Sure. So did Aaron and Eric, did you both like get it when it came out?
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I remember getting a Nintendo 64.
Well, the Christmas it came out.
And I had 2 games with it and 2 controllers. And I had Mario 64 and I had Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Which really
Yeah.
overall wasn't a great 2-player game because it was just me beating my sister. So it was mainly just 2 1-player games for me.
Yeah.
So, but that's all I had for a while, and then I got more stuff eventually. And
So did you guys like get the 70 stars that Christmas, or did it take you a while? Do you remember? Have you ever gotten 120 stars?
I did. I remember getting
I
that.
know
I remember
I've
that
done
being a
that,
big thing
yeah.
where I was like, I need to get all these stars. And I don't remember if I was using like Nintendo
Nintendo
Power
Power.
magazines or if I figured them all out. Because like I didn't have internet, I'm sure, right? Like that was that was 96 when it came out.
Yeah.
Like I
You
wasn't
didn't have the
using it.
strategy guide?
Maybe.
I know
but
I had
don't,
the strategy guide, but I don't know if I used it. Cause I used to like collect it because that's how you can get official art.
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
It's
I
the
don't
internet.
remember owning a strategy guide for it. I might have had Nintendo Power stuff maybe that talked about it, but I don't know. I remember getting it because I remember what happened at the end. I remember like, whoa,
Yeah.
like, why can't I use this at all?
Yeah.
Whatever. But no, yeah, I remember playing it, beat it. I had a lot of fun. I remember before it came out, there was a Nintendo 64's coming out, and here we brought these 3 gamers, and they were like getting out of limos and stuff. I don't know who the hell these guys are, right? And they're like, we're gonna show them what the N64 is capable of. And they did like a little demo and stuff of the Mario and like popping up, and he runs in a circle and runs to the door and stuff. And whenever I finally got the game, I did the exact same motions I saw from the guy that did it first. I'm like, run in a circle, yes, there we go, moving on up.
Where's my limo?
Huh? Yeah, I don't remember like what it was for. I just
Yeah.
had a Nintendo 64 like VHS that had all it was just a demo for the N64, and it brought these like 3 kids in who were like older than me. They were like, I don't know, teenagers, maybe 18 or maybe 20, somewhere in that range probably. Like they weren't like, I don't know, how old was I in 96? Like 7.
Yeah.
You know, they were much older than me. But
Mhm.
I remember watching them, like, I'm gonna do this. And I did that.
I got for that Christmas. I got Mario 64, the game, Christmas morning, because I think Santa brought it. I can't remember if Santa brought it then. I don't know how old I was, but I remember thinking like, "Damn, this is cool." But I opened all the gifts and there's no 64. So I guess Santa just messed up or something. I don't know, or Mom messed up or something. But I got it that night as a surprise. It was, oh yeah, we do, because I remember being like, "This is great. Maybe next year I'll play it when I get 64 or something." You know, for trying to be nice, but obviously being upset. And then like, "Oh, I think there's actually one more thing," and Mom brought it out, and then we
Behind
were
the
really happy.
couch. Oh.
But I was denied like 9 hours of gameplay. You know,
Sure.
Right. Well, they probably wanted it to be the family's day
Yeah.
instead of the
Like,
console's
wait till
day.
Grandma leaves, then you can open up the
Yeah,
64.
I always argued of like, we should really celebrate Christmas the day that school break starts.
Yeah.
Because by the time Christmas rolls around, it's like halfway done.
I know.
I could have a lot of game playing time
Oh, yeah.
between here and here.
Yeah, I've wasted all those weeks.
Sure.
So I get that.
Mhm.
Now, I remember a lot of games on the N64 that were like some of my favorites and stuff, like Wave Race, and I remember sometimes we would open a gift early before Christmas, like we'd do it on Christmas Eve, and at one point I had opened up something that had at least one game in it, if it wasn't the package from my grandma one year that just had like 6 games in it. Surprised the hell out of me because I thought there was nothing video game related at all. I'm like, there's nothing here. It's gonna be this. There was one package that was bigger than the rest. And when I opened it, it was covered in popcorn. I reached in and I ended up pulling out like, I don't know if it was 6, but it was more than one game. It surprised the hell out of me. I'm like, that's what was in here. Ah!
Mhm.
And I stayed up way too late on Christmas Eve when I should have been asleep because Christmas Day was the next day. Santa's coming and all that was going on. And I'm awake like, I wasn't even thinking like Santa's gonna be here. I'm just like, I'm gonna play this game right now. Dash Rendar, baby.
Sure.
Shadows of the
Yeah.
Empire, I gotta beat this damn IG-88. Like, I remember being Christmas Eve late at night in the I beat the Hoth thing.
Mhm.
I was on what was it, Ord Mantell?
It might be the train level.
It was the train level.
Yeah.
It was like all trash and stuff. I can't remember which. I wanna say yeah, that was the music for it. But I can't remember. I want to say it was Ord Mantell, but yeah, it was. I remember doing that.
I only remember the music. I don't remember which planet it was on.
My grandmothers would put games in clothing boxes with clothes.
Yeah.
So like, you wouldn't know.
Uh-huh.
You
So you
would
open it.
be excited until it was only clothes.
But no, my favorite was. I mean, GoldenEye was one of the staples on 64. That one's so good. I never played Perfect Dark.
Did
Mario
your brother
64 was
play
a big one.
Video games too.
Yes, but he wanted. He always wanted anything that was like Sega or anything else other than Nintendo. But I was the baby, so I got Nintendo. Yeah. No, I tell you what though, I know the first night I definitely got and found level 3.
Oh, okay. Show off.
I know.
Dude, I finally watched that, and like Rick's like looking around because he missed like I missed a level 3 somewhere. I kind of understand. I think missing level 5, right? The Boo
Sure.
one was a little hidden, right?
Yeah.
But level 3, I'm like, how do you miss level 3? I played it for like 10 minutes. Had level 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's
Yeah.
like snow, water, swamp,
I was
whatever
like, isn't this
castle. And stuff.
immediately available?
And
Or
then like
maybe
he's
to do one
walking
star?
around, he's going to all these doors and stuff. At one point, he's like, I don't know where this is. He goes, what's in this door? And he goes over to it, and then Mario goes, he's like, ah, and it just has a 3 on the door of 3 star. It was so funny. No,
Did you look at anything like, oh man, I missed that when you were watching any speed runs? Or...
Well, yeah, one of the speed runs in the Thwomp level, like hitting the wall with the cannon.
Yeah, the hidden
Yeah,
star. Mhm.
yeah. I fiddled around with that for a bit because it says like,
shoot the wall or something.
yeah, shoot the wall. So I tried to shoot every wall I could think of, but I just wasn't hitting the right spot.
They like clip through the wall in the speed run, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually they found a way to do that where you don't have to shoot. But no, it was fun. I told Rick like I got enjoyment and frustration watching you play
The
Mario.
best
And I don't know how to
viewership,
describe it. It must be what people feel like when they were watching me play like Dark Souls, where it's like, oh, it's so fun. He doesn't know what to do,
Yeah.
and then I do something just stupid that I shouldn't be doing. They're like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? It's right there.
The
you know?
10-year-old
Like,
and all of us were just,
Well, I feel like it's a very pure playthrough
Yeah.
that you just don't get a lot of anymore. Especially now with like PS5, where every trophy you can click on and there's like a little video that'll say,
Yeah,
"Here's
exactly.
how
Oh,
you
yeah.
do it."
yeah,
Mhm.
Kind
you
of
can see
thing.
little videos of a lot of that stuff now.
You know, it's like back in the day, you had a magazine or a strategy guide, or you figured it out your damn self. Or
Yeah.
you had
True.
friends who knew.
Yeah, and you had
Mhm.
friends who would lead you astray too, and they'd be like, "Here's the secret. You got to try this over and over until you get it. I swear, my cousin did it."
Yep.
You
It
know,
was,
and-
it was so easy to have like legends and like fake strategies too. And
Yeah.
if you do this, this, and this, then you'll get the Triforce. You know, like that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I remember hearing about the Konami code the first time. I was like, there's
Uh-huh.
no way that's real.
right?
There's no way.
Well,
I tried it and I couldn't do it fast enough, so it didn't work. So
Mm.
like, they were lying. But then eventually it does. What? That's crazy. How would you ever figure that out?
the thing that sucks nowadays too is that I feel like there aren't secrets. Like with the
Yeah.
way games are and the way stuff is, people like data mine and stuff so
Yeah.
much, and there's
They
no
find the assets from other games and stuff, and
yeah.
and find where the
Mhm.
Easter eggs are.
So it's I feel like it's much more rare nowadays for like someone to be playing a game unless you really just kind of like, I don't want to look up at anything for it, I don't want to see anything,
Yeah.
and just play through it like, oh my gosh, what's this? Because it's everywhere on the internet.
Like
or
when I
people
first
have dug
played
through and found it.
Super Smash Brothers for the 64 and a new challenger approaching. What's this? There are more? that blew my mind.
So yeah, I don't know. Some of the older games, I think every once in a while people are like, this found
I think
after a 20-year-old game, you know, whatever
Yeah.
it is, found for the first time. But
you get that with like speedrun. They find glitches or certain
Sure.
things that you can do. But I think Mario 64 isn't that the infamous, like, if you do a certain thing or you get to a certain point, you can become Luigi and you get like a higher jump or something like that.
in Mario 64,
That was always a rumor.
there were some.
It was the
different
L is real rumor, right?
Yeah.
Because when you go to, I think, like on a side courtyard of the castle, there's like this monument, and you can't really read what it says, you know, visibly. But a lot of people thought it said L is real, and that's the clue. You can find Luigi. And then, like recently, in the last like 2 years or so, like someone was able to break open the code and find that they might have planned to put Luigi in there, but it never happened.
Sure.
So
Yeah, a statue in Super Mario 64 proves that you can unlock Luigi. That was the one, because there's like in the courtyard where the boos are.
yeah.
That there's like a statue there, and they're like, oh, what it says on the statue proves that you can unlock Luigi.
Mhm.
You have to do this, this, and this.
And you can
So-
even find that texture of that, you know, those words that you can't read in other N64 games. So that was even more conspiracy theories.
Yeah, but yeah, in the DS game, they did have like more players you could play as, one was Luigi.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might have been able to play as Yoshi. I can't remember. I feel like there was 4 characters in the DS you could play, but I can't remember. I never actually played the DS one.
But I was excited to check that game finally off my list.
Good.
But I'm perhaps even more excited because this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm playing Psychonauts 2, which this is, like last year I got Deadly Premonition 2, which I never thought in a million years I was going to get.
Oh yeah.
But if you would ask me what game is less likely, it would have been Psychonauts 2.
Mm.
I'm getting that
Saturday.
Saturday. Cool.
Very excited.
Very good. Yeah, I never played the first one, but I knew like we went to E3. You're like, I'm gonna go check out this Psychonauts thing. Like, you guys can all stay. I'm going by myself if nothing else. I gotta
It's
see
a
it.
really cool boost too. But yeah, so super excited. Going to play it on the Xbox Series X.
Good. Have you avoided things, or do you have an idea of what you're getting into? Or
I saw the presentation at E3, so I saw like a level,
Mhm.
which looked amazing and awesome. But that's the only thing that I've seen.
gotcha.
really.
Okay.
I've seen like a few people on Twitter say, "Oh my God, it's amazing."
Good.
But
I saw I think I saw someone. I don't know where it was. If it was Discord, Twitter, or what, but saying like Psychonauts 2 is my game of the year. So I'm like, oh well, that's good that it's for it to be someone's game of the year means it's got to be of a decent quality, you know?
Yeah.
People aren't saying like E.T. is someone's game of the year.
Sure.
Maybe back then. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I love E.T. I'm biased. But
so yeah, that'll be Saturday. Really excited for it.
yeah, I finally beat the first Last of Us. Got through it. That one's been, I don't know, how long's the game been out? 8 years or something? I don't know how long it's been.
It's
been
been
a
like
while.
8 or 9 years.
It's been out for a while.
It's
It's
coming
been
out
on my
again
list.
very soon.
It's
Right.
what?
I said it's coming out again very soon.
Coming out again?
Yeah, they're doing a PS5 version.
Oh, are they? Damn, I should have waited more.
And because you're the last one to play, we now no longer have anyone that hasn't played the game for when the TV series comes out.
Sure, yeah.
I forgot about that. That's going to happen.
Yeah, which would be, and I talked about that a little bit on there too, because I was like,
Mhm.
well, because people were like, well, are you going to react to it? Or are you going to check that out? I'm like, I don't know. I'm definitely interested after playing the game and stuff too,
Yeah.
but I also wonder if it would have been interesting having someone who hadn't played it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we did Game of Thrones, and we had like, well, you and Melanie had read the books, so you were familiar with some of the stories and what they did or what they weren't doing, different from the TV shows, where you had like me and Calvin who didn't read the books, didn't have any idea who these characters were or anything. So like, what's it like to see someone who like, I know the source material they're basing it on, or I don't know it, and can they relate, or does it feel too different or distant or anything? So
I like that we have that dynamic for a couple of shows that we do, and it's always fun and unique, but also there's some times where you're like, I got to hold back on my discussion sometimes too. So silver linings, I guess we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Except
no, I
for
felt that
those
way
that
in The
haven't played
Witcher
Mass-
a lot of like, so much I want to say.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm sure, the same with Game of Thrones and everything's, you know, when watching, I don't know, watching different Star Wars stuff, right? Probably like, you know, Mandalorian or something like that, where it's like, oh, we're watching some of this stuff, but these guys haven't watched some of this stuff that's already came out, so let's make sure to not talk about this or that or whatever. And then like whenever we get through that stuff, then maybe we can open it up and
We're
talk
getting
about
pretty
it.
close. I mean, we'll finish up Rebels, and it'll be pretty much an open season for whatever discussion we want to have. But I don't think we'll be there by the time Book of Boba Fett happens in December. So,
But I think it's like a season and a half left of Rebels.
Only that much.
So, yeah, there's only 4 seasons, and we're in the 3rd. I forget what number we're on, but we're pushing through pretty well.
That'll be sad.
I
like Rebels a lot.
Me too.
I pushed back my stream, Mass Effect 2, starting that. So there were a lot of people that were asking if I was streaming, but I didn't stream yesterday. I will be streaming next Wednesday, Mass Effect 2, starting it out, first time ever. So I was so happy for you guys to have your streams, but I did not have my stream.
I didn't have my stream.
Yeah, you didn't have your stream either. I forgot about that.
PSN was down, and I needed to verify my licensing information for the new DLC that I downloaded.
That sucks.
So
How
I
long
was
was
excited
it down?
for that. I was pretty bummed actually.
Yeah. How long was it down?
I don't know. By the time I left, I shut down stream and everything. It was over 3 hours.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm planning. I'll be playing. Probably playing the Left Behind. I don't know. Whatever the DLC is for Last of Us. It's next
Gotcha.
stream, and then making sure I beat that before moving on to anything else.
Cool stuff. And October will be here before we know it. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Actually, I spent most of the day yesterday kind of figuring out what our schedule was going to be. Not most of the day, but when I had free time, I was like going through trying to figure out like, well, what games is everyone going to play? What games are we going to group stream? Are there any games we're missing that we need to toss on the list and stuff? And so I think I got most of that figured out. I think there's a good bit of I think it's a good variety of different games, and I'm hoping that they're scary, fun, and all that good stuff.
Trying to get a horror RPG together for us again. Those are always a lot of fun. If you missed out on that last year, you should check it out on YouTube. There's two of those now.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, they were.
Well, speaking of horror, I can tell my story for my favorite thing of the week.
Yeah.
Your favorite?
the dominating thing of the week for me. I told these guys, but for anybody, or I might have said it in a video or two, the actual story. But yeah, I was a month ago, 2 months ago, I got poison ivy while working outside, and then a month ago, I got poison ivy again while working outside. Not as bad, but then last weekend, I was like, I had long sleeve shirt, gloves, protection, sunblock. Nothing's gonna get me. I have my glasses on, so every once in a while, you might have like a stray like wood chip or leaf or rock go off my glasses, but protection. Anyway, so I was mowing my backyard, and a very fast tree, a stationary tree. I was actually coming around the bend of a pine tree, and inside where the pine tree is, there's a smaller tree that's growing in there, and I just didn't see this branch, and this branch was a 1 in a million shot. It was Luke Skywalker versus the Death Star. This branch perfectly went in the side of my glasses and just straight into my eyeball. And when it first happened, I'm just kind of like, you just kind of don't expect what's happening, and you have that moment of like, there's something in my eye. Turned off the mower, and that thing of something in my eye just didn't go away, despite knowing that I grabbed that branch and took it out of my eye, and it was just still there. I'm I'm like, okay, just open your eyes and see. And I couldn't open my eyes and I couldn't see. I could barely open my left one, but it was just so painful. And I was at the top of the hill in my backyard, and it's on a hill. It's steep, so I had to kind of like find my way back down, and I went into the bathroom.
Like Duncan.
Yeah, I went in the
Back to
bathroom without
Sherwood.
saying anything, and I was like just trying to like open my eye and see like, is there a fucking like 8-inch branch in there or something? Because that's what it felt like. And eventually I was like, Jancy. She's like, yeah. I'm like, can you come here for a second? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, is there anything on my eye? And she just kind of looked at me like, oh, because it was just bloodshot and red. No blood, which was
I
good.
can zoom in on
I thought you were
going
gonna
to
say blood
Yeah.
just shot out of your eye.
can.
Still not.
It's still not completely
100%.
completely clear. You're doing yours. I saw.
That chance branch.
Oh, you want me to look at yours? Yeah. Is it in chat? It's
The
it's
chance
branch.
eye here.
Chance branch is right there in the
I
chat.
don't know if you can see that it's still very
Should be able to get
very
it.
red.
That's
Give me a
Didn't help.
second.
Didn't help yet, Rick.
I don't know.
Rick, I can't say it, Rick.
He's working on
There's
it.
a bad-
Working
We'll
on
get
it.
there.
I just gotta
Till
figure out
then,
which
my
one
eye
it
will
This
is.
is
be
so
watering.
No, keep talking.
I gotta move my mic. Anyway,
So it was one of those pains where it hurt so bad you couldn't open the eye, it didn't get hit?
yeah,
Gotcha.
it was pretty bad.
This is Eric's POV.
There you go.
Oh gosh.
Does it still look red?
One of those looks a little redder than the
A
other.
little bit.
It's
You know
so
what?
much
No,
better now.
I can't tell, Eric. They both look pretty good now.
Yeah.
Can't even tell.
Ah, good. I'm happy. I love the extreme close up. Anyway, so yeah, that happened, and I was just kind of like, I don't know, I'll walk it off. You know, you don't think that you're ever like seriously injured. It's just like, this will be fine. Just give me like an hour, and whatever's in there will work its way out, or
Rub some
something
dirt
like
on
that.
the eye.
Yeah.
That always helps.
But eventually, I think maybe Jancy at one point was just like, you sure? And I was like, maybe we should go to the emergency room. And to her, that's me going like, please God, take me to the emergency room, because I'm stubborn and don't want to do that
Yeah,
kind of
I
thing.
hate going to the emergency room too.
But we ended up going to physician's care, because I was like, no, let's not go to the emergency room. They got a lot of shit to deal with. The whole medical field right now has a lot of shit to deal with. Let's go to physician's care. So we
you actually
went to-
probably get taken care of quicker at physician's care.
Yeah, I was almost immediate. They have a system where you can just drive up to the door, call in, fill
Yeah.
out whatever you need to fill out. Then they call you when they're ready, so you don't have to wait in the waiting room or anything.
Mm.
You can just
It's
wait
really
in the
cool.
car. But they they brought me in, and even just touching my eye, I was just like, you know. And so eventually she numbed my eye, which I've never had my eye numbed, I don't think. At least not like that. Because it was very strange feeling. Like my whole side of the face felt numb. But she put dye or some kind of like dye in my eye, and then turned the light off and brought this black light out, and then, you know, put the lens up, and like as soon as she like looked into my eye, she goes, "Whoa!" I'm like, that sounds great. She's just like, "There's just a lot of damage." I'm like, what?
You were just hoping for like, whoa, you got beautiful eyes.
Yeah, I was hoping,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
thank you, lady.
You're
no, it was like,
fucked.
it's a pretty big abrasion just right across the center of your vision. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense why I can't see.
It's like it was aiming for the bullseye, huh?
And
Yeah.
I was waiting for like, I don't think you'll ever see again in this eye. And this is also the side of my head that doesn't work with my ear. And I'm like, well, fuck this side of me, I guess. You know? But I guess I've already trained myself to always be looking left.
Sure.
But,
Yeah, because after you were there and your
Uh-huh.
eye was already numb, I saw you at the gas station,
uh-huh.
and you and Jancy had been talking to Melanie.
I should say too, right after they numbed it, I was like, I feel fine.
Yeah.
You know, no pain at all, and it was blurry, but I could see well enough.
Yeah, but like, I came over afterwards because you guys had already talked about it for a little bit, and I'm like, what's going on? And at first I didn't understand what was going on, and I found out like he got stabbed in the eye by a branch. I'm like, oh damn, are you okay? Like, yeah, it's kind of blurry, but yeah, we went to the doctor and stuff like that.
And I was
like,
feeling great.
it felt like, oh, things are okay. Like, oh, thank
Yeah.
goodness you didn't lose that eye, because that'd be terrible if you, because like you were just saying, like to
I
lose
know.
that one. And then we started saying like, well, actually, maybe the left eye one would be worse, because then you'd have like one of these kind
I
of
would
things
have
you'd
to
have
do
to
that.
do. And then like, you're like, let's not talk about that. And then the next day,
Yeah.
like there was like messages being like, Eric's not doing well, and we might go to the
Well,
doctor the
yeah,
next day,
the
and
thing-
this and that. And I was like, shit, maybe it was a lot worse. I feel bad for like kind of joking about good thing you didn't lose it. Like,
Yeah.
what if he has to get surgery?
I mean, when it was numb, I was like, my eye was really red and my vision was blurry, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like, it didn't feel bad or at all, and I could see fine. I drove home, you know. But then the numbing wore off.
That might have
Nancy
been
was
part of why I
screaming in
thought it
chat.
must not
Yeah,
have been too bad
exactly.
because you were driving
That's perfectly
to
fine.
and from the gas station. I was
Yeah.
like, it must not be that bad.
But as the numbing wore off, and then they gave me a prescription, the lady, when she gave me the prescription, she's like, here's some drops, you know, just go take them to the pharmacy, put them in every couple of hours, and then make sure, because this was a Saturday afternoon or evening or something, she's like, make sure on Monday you call any, you know, I don't have an eye doctor.
Anybody.
You call anyone and you tell them, you need to see me right now. Is it what the words that she used? Same day, you need to be seen and taken care of. I'm like, okay. And then she gave me this antibiotic, which I thought was going to be drops. And when I got home, it was like a tube of glue is what it was
Paste.
like. And it was like a gel. And I was like, you can put gel in your eye? And James was like, yeah, you can do
It's
that.
like triple antibiotic ointment that you put on
Yeah.
Band-Aids
You're
and
supposed
stuff.
to put I don't know, 3 centimeter ribbon of gel on your eye and then just blink it in. I'm like, that sounds like bullshit. I don't like that
sounds like
idea.
hell.
I've since discovered I have a real bad thing about putting shit in my eye. But as soon as, you know, Jancy helped me out with it and she put that ribbon of gel on my eye, pain. Oh my God, it hurt so bad. And I was like, Jancy's like, what? And I was just convinced. I'm like, no, they got something wrong. They messed up my prescription. This can't be what you put in your eye.
They
This
gave me
isn't it.
sand.
They gave me hemorrhoid cream or something like that. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be terrible?
It
You
would
got the
be
wrong
terrible.
medication.
Like, I was so convinced that this is wrong that I was like looking up the prescription, being like, does everybody feel pain when they put this in? And like I was looking up, and the results was like, you know, they give this to infants, to babies, and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I guess it's not.
They also cut
Too
off
bad.
part of their dicks.
That's true. And there's some studies that might show that babies don't feel quite as much pain as they do, like, 9 weeks in or something after being born? I don't know. Anyway.
Their head squishes when they come
It's
out,
squishy.
so maybe that's the thing.
You're not
Squishy.
supposed to squish it. It's not a melon. I know they call it that, but
Well,
you're not
no,
supposed
but like
to
their
squish it
heads,
ripe.
their heads don't just they form back into what they're
Yeah.
supposed to be once they come out. Like my head, I don't feel like I want it smushed. You know, like
Yeah.
baby's just like, yeah, we'll go. All right,
Yeah, anyway.
cut
I
off their dick, not
suffered
out their dick.
Saturday night, I would say that, man, I think this is the most pain I've ever been in, because it was consistent pain. I've broken my foot and stuff like that, but once you do it, then you're just like, okay, let's go deal with this, and you'll have some dullness or whatever. But this was just like every time I would blink, it felt like just raking over my eyeball. I'm like, okay, well, I'll close my eye and open one eye and do that. But you can't just keep your eye in one spot. Your eye moves, and when your eye moves, your other eye moves, and that was just as bad. So I just, like, every 10 seconds, I would just be like, ah! Like, to the point where, like, my dog was freaking out. I was like, what is wrong? How can I help you? You know? Like, and I couldn't, like, sleep because it was just painful. And eventually I just, like, I took some sleep aid and just knocked out. Hopefully it won't feel like this tomorrow. And it was worse the next day. And it was just like, you know me, I don't like to call off work or miss work at all. But I was like, maybe we should tell the guys I'm not going to be there Monday. And then, yeah, we drove and found a very good eye doctor that took care of me and immediately switched me to eye drops and put a non-prescription lens on my eye. I've never had a contact lens in, but a contact lens in, and immediately there was no pain.
Now, did they switch you to the drops because they're like, this is gonna be better, or were you like, hey, this stuff sucks? Can I get something
brought
else?
it, and I was like, this is the right stuff you put in eyes, right? And she's like, yeah, but you know, some people are allergic to this. So maybe you're allergic. And I was like, I don't know. Can I please have something else?
Please.
So she put the lens in, and then she gave me these other drops. And said, just come back tomorrow. It was great too, because I showed up at 9 at the eye doctor, and I was like, I explained the situation to the receptionist. She's like, well, and they opened at 9. She's like, well, the guy didn't show up for the first appointment, so we can see you now. I was like, wow, this is great. So I was filling out my paperwork before the doctor saw me, and that guy showed up. like in the middle of me filling my paperwork, and I was kind of like, oh shit, what if they take him? But they were like, no, you missed it. We'll have to reschedule to that guy. And his wife was there, and I think she was mad at him for missing his appointment. You know, I was like, oh, thank God. And the doctor saw me immediately, and she, whenever she did the whole, put your chin right here and look at your eyes, she's like, oh yeah, well, huge abrasion. And I was like, okay. She's like, I think she used the words like second worst I've ever seen, or something, but without like damage. It's just kind of like scraped.
Yeah.
And my eye now that I've been using those drops, and it's been that was Monday when I started using those, and then I came back immediately the next day at 9, and she just made sure everything was good, took the lens out. This was a lens that I could keep in all night. You're not supposed to like fall asleep with contact lenses in, but this one you can.
Yeah. That was kind of back in the day. I think contact lenses now are different.
I think
better.
I think they have like leave-in contact lenses now.
Yeah.
Where you go like a week and then you swap them out.
Yeah, but can't those like get like pushed to the side of your eye and you gotta like
I mean,
try
that's
to like
just
do
contact lenses in general.
I don't want to poke myself in the eye.
There was
Oh,
one
you get
time
used to
where
it.
I was
I wear my
convinced that I like.
when you get used to it, can we don't wear contacts?
There was I
I've
woke
heard
up in
from
the middle
every
of the night
single
when I had
person
when I
who
had the
wears
contact
contacts.
lens in. I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was convinced the contact lens had like gone up into my head.
Yeah, right. Like I've heard of
I was
that
like,
happening.
Oh no. And I couldn't really tell, but I kind of looked at the mirror. I was like, I think it's there, but I can't see, so I don't know. Anyway, so got that lens out, came back to work. We actually recorded. I recorded one video on Monday. I just came in. I was like, what am I gonna do? Go home? I mean, I had the numbing agent in still. So whenever I saw the doctor on Monday, so I feel fine now. It was just very, very blurry. And when you watch that video, I think it was My Hero.
Yeah.
That we did. I'm just kind of I'm just like this in the reaction. But it was still blood red. Or no, it actually wasn't too blood red that day. It was blood red the first 2 days. And it's just slowly gotten better. And it's still blurry. I have drops that I put in 4 times a day. Or I should say Jancy puts in for me. Because I've discovered that I'm not good with stuff in my eyes. Yeah, as you could tell. But
Branch didn't help.
the branch definitely did not help.
So do you like hold your eye open and then she drops them in?
Yep. I hold my eye open and look to the left, and she puts it on the right side, and then it just seeps in.
Gotcha.
But no pain, like nothing.
I was
You just
wondering if
get
like
that
you're
initial
like
feeling of
staring
something.
at it. And then
Like
she goes to drop
it's
you
cold,
like,
right?
No.
and you close your eye real quick. And
Yeah.
Damn it, Eric, stop.
No, just as soon as you put a drop in, like I tell Jancy, it's like I can hear it. There's like this like sound that goes. Bloom.
Is that where your sound is? It's in
Maybe.
your eye.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be crazy if somehow, like instead of being here, it's actually in your eye somehow?
It's like listen. Anyway, so it's gotten a lot better, and it's still like in the morning, it's a lot more blurry than it is. But right now, the blurriness is. I don't know. Yesterday, it felt like the blurriness was this. I'm not wearing my glasses. That's how blurry it was. But it's even better today. So I go back tomorrow morning at 9, just real quick to make sure it's all still healing well. But she said like between Monday and Tuesday, she said like, yeah, it's healed up already. So
Good.
It's happy with that. And it could have been a lot worse. And I did end up ordering some goggles that go over my glasses now, though admittedly, they look ridiculous. But I don't care. I'm wearing them when I go outside to work now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the end of the story.
No?
What was the fate of the branch?
Yes. When I got home after I saw Aaron, I got home and I'm like, well, I need to go. It was going to rain the next day or that night or something. Like, I got to go put the mower away. So I went up to the yard, and it was still when I was numb. I couldn't see super well, but I could see fine with this eye, you know. Got the mower, and I just looked over, and I could see the branch exactly where it is, exactly my eye height, you know, sticking out. No, there was no leaves on it. It was just like a branch coming out to a point, you know,
Like a single
and not even
twig.
like a point, just like it's like it was cut off or something at some point. And I just saw it, and I was just like, "You son of a
Fat bird
bitch."
probably sat on it.
I grabbed it. I'm like, threw it away, and then I ended up just ripping out the whole branch.
See, Eric, that might have been what happened before. You might have came through there a long time ago and it's smaller and like snapped it. That's why it wasn't a point.
Maybe.
And then over the months or whatever, it's grown more.
Yeah.
And it's like getting revenge today.
Yeah, right. Like last time I mowed the yard, it actually hit my glasses. I was like, ha ha ha. But this time it's like
Gotcha.
over here, goes
Stay
in
on
between.
target.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my week, and
I'm glad
yeah,
you didn't.
it was the weekend was the worst.
Glad you
I
didn't
never
lose an
been
eye.
so in pain that I couldn't because I feel
Function.
like I have a high tolerance for pain. I mean, I know everybody says that, but I feel like I'm like if I'm in pain, I'm just like, all right, well, that sucks, but I'll deal with it. But this one was like, only I can deal with it. I don't want to use this fucking gel. I was like looking up like conspiracy theories, like this isn't real, right? Something's wrong.
That's how it happens.
It's terrible.
Yeah. I don't know if I do well with pain. I don't think I do. I
Yeah.
think that's what Melanie's told me. And I know like if I get in too much pain is when I start laughing.
Yes, that's when
Like
it's
I
in
laugh
trouble.
and smile to stop the pain and this sadness that I feel, whatever is happening.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Dude, my
You would confuse your torturers.
probably
He's like, dang it, he
they're
likes
ripping
it.
off my fingernails. I'm like, they're like, what the hell's going on with this guy? That's why my mom stopped spanking me. She started
That's
spanking me.
probably why you like reprogrammed yourself.
It might have been. It was the one thing I remember. Like I was laughing at something. My mom spanked me for something, and every time she smacked me, because I was laughing, so she smacked me again, and she kept smacking me harder. And I kept laughing harder, and eventually she gave up, and I never remember being ever spanked again.
Yeah.
The last time I remember being spanked, I don't know how old I was. I just remember that happening.
I mean,
It's probably from that point on, it just reprogrammed me to.
I've severely broken my foot. I jumped off the jungle gym one time and just had no air in my body. That was painful. I've definitely been kicked in the balls. I mean, I played varsity football. You know, I tore all the cartilage in my right knee in junior high. Like, I've had some very painful moments, but is nothing compared to. I was just convinced that like they left some bark in there or something. Like they just didn't see it. It just felt like there was just splinters in my eyeball.
Drop to junior men.
Yeah, exactly. So
Does Aaron
Wasn't
laugh if
great.
he gets kicked in the balls? That's wild.
I don't know. I don't remember being
we should try.
But I know I've had pain before and stuff too, and I don't know if it's like part of it might be trying to like mask it because I think too is the same things. Like if I get hurt, usually I'm like, well, I want to go to the doctor. You know, they're gonna poke needles with me or whatever. I don't want to go there anyway.
yeah,
Plus, bills just suck. You know.
Bills.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem because
That hurts worse than any pain.
Yeah, right?
It's like Maggie had a cyst in her wrist that was giving her a lot of pain. She's had it for a while.
Cyst.
And she got it removed late last week. I'm like, I wonder how much this is gonna be. Is this like $1,000? Is this
Mhm.
$10,000?
Yeah.
Like she's in and out. Didn't have to put her under anything, but you just have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have to thank the people that support us, that allow us to the point where we're actually to get insurance for ourselves here at Blind Wave, and I have insurance. And I don't know why I don't go to the doctor more. Like I haven't been to the dentist for like years now. Like
I've
I
been-
should.
I've
I
been
should
doing that
go.
one.
I just
Yeah.
don't. And whenever I'm seriously injured, I'm like contemplating like, oh, I'll be fine. I'll walk it off. I think it's my dad in me.
Yeah.
Because like Aaron, my dad once had a cough for like 12 years. And then it just went away one time.
I think mine went away down in North Carolina.
Huh?
When I was down in North Carolina,
Yeah.
I feel like it went away. and
Went
stuff.
away.
It's
Probably
not
all the
back up here.
toxic
air.
shit
I really
we're
think
breathing.
it's like maybe there's like a pollen difference, like an
Maybe.
allergy
I
or
mean, we
something.
live in
or-
the Mid Ohio Valley. It has like some of
That's-
the worst air.
That's one
Yeah.
thing too. Melanie was
One
like,
that
maybe
you
we should move out of this area with this terrible air and find better air quality somewhere. She's
Mhm.
like, Virginia's supposed to have really good air,
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't know. So, but
Because yeah, back when I had asthma real bad, like my mom was seriously considering moving, getting out of the area. This like was the worst place for me.
Yeah.
sure, yeah, it's not great for air quality, I'm sure. But I'm sure there's other places that aren't great. At least we don't have smog, but we do have other bad stuff.
Yeah, we have more trees, but can't take care of everything.
Yeah. No, Eric, I did the same thing. I didn't go to the dentist for a long time.
Mhm.
But I think one thing too is like I remember not wanting to go to the dentist because I'm like, man, if I have cavities or anything wrong with me, it's not like when I go to the doctor and like I broke a bone because of an accident.
Sure.
Or I go to the doctor and I'm like, hey, there's something weird going on, and like, oh well, it must be this that you've got. I feel like the dentist is you didn't take care of this versus the doctor is like, man, some shit happened
Mhm.
and we gotta
Right.
fix it now.
Yeah.
So I always felt like the dentist was judgy, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the judgy dentist. He's gonna look at my mouth and be like, you suck, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. But now I've been going. I'm trying to do what they say.
Sure.
Eric jinxed himself a little bit because like Jancy had a dental problem. I had a dental problem. Eric was like, I just can't stop thinking about the fact that bad things happen in threes.
Yeah.
I just know I'm going to be next.
Yep. I was guarding my teeth and didn't think that they would come north of that.
Shut
Right?
the funk
Yeah.
up.
You know, you're like, what? Did your teeth hurt?
No, there was a comment. That
Oh,
got
okay.
me.
What?
He said, I was on a rope swing and it broke and I landed on a bunch of wooden planks. Stood up and a plank came with me. Nail was stuck right in my knee.
How's she?
Sounds great.
It's like Holt. That's the first thing I think of.
I had that happen to me, but it was a kebab stick.
Well, my weekend, we had a TV in our bedroom that stopped working before vacation. And I was like, well, should we get a new TV? And I was like, no, just wait. We have vacation coming up. Like, we're not going to be here anyway. We'll wait until, like, closer to, like, August or, like, your next pay period or whatever, and then we'll do something then. We'll save our money for, like, vacation stuff. I'm like, all right, fine. So this weekend, we actually went and got a new TV. So we got one for the living room, and then replaced the one in the living room, took the living room one, put it in our bedroom. And I had to reinstall all that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think it was Friday. The kids actually went to grandparents and stayed there. And on Friday at like 10:30, Melanie's like, wish we could watch TV. I was like, ah. So I went out and I got the TV at like 10:30 at night. Had to redo all this stuff, take off the backs of the old one, took it over, got it hooked up. Did the new one on Saturday. On Sunday, we'd gotten a microwave, which our microwave hasn't worked for probably a year or better. I don't know. We have a terrible streak with microwaves.
It's been a bit.
Because we didn't have a microwave before. And then one time when I think it was 2 years ago, when we were on vacation, I think DeBaba was there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think Maggie came over and helped DeBaba put the microwave in or something. Because when we took the microwave down, behind it was a little note that said like, DeBaba and Maggie were here. I'm like, what is this? And I gave it to DeBaba after I did it. She goes, I forgot about this. I'm like, oh, it's been a while. But anyway, I got it down, did the whole, like, they give you a piece of paper with new ones to, like, put up on the back wall
Like a
to get your
stencil?
stuff in. Kind of, yeah, it's like a template. And on the top, on where to drill. So I got the top one up there, and I drilled the 2 holes and got those set up. And the holes didn't match up, like, at all. And then I had to, like, I was like, well, let me try to do a new one. So I tried to skip on the one for the power cable. So I drilled the hole for the power cable, got that one through. And at one of the points when I was trying to get it up there, because I think the TV was lighter than the microwave was. This microwave seems so much more dense and heavy.
Mhm.
And I was trying to get up at one point. Yeah, and like I said to Melanie, I was like, Melanie, you got to tell me when I get it on the hook if I got to go higher because I can't see. And I was trying to lift it, and she's like, I can't look and see. And at some point, it slipped, and I crushed my finger in between the microwave and the stove where it like landed on it. And I don't know, it seems okay mostly, but certain actions really hurt. And I got really hyped during a reaction like yesterday or day before, and I hit my finger on the table.
On the
when
edge?
I went to pick my hands up and caught my finger on the table, and it hurt so bad I wanted to just get up and leave. And like I was like hiding my hand underneath the table, like pushing it, like trying to hold it like a splint.
Mhm.
I reached around and was like holding my water bottle, like I'm just gonna hold this like this, and it's gonna keep it still. It's not cold because it's all cold inside, not cold
The
outside.
vacuum seal.
Damn it!
It works
You
too
know, like-
well.
It keeps things too cold.
So I don't know what's wrong with it. I said something to Melanie about it yesterday, and like it hurts if I push here, but not if I do. Like I had Calvin. Calvin, look, if you pull here, it's fine.
Yeah, if you pull like from the fingernail joint, it's fine. But then I said, well, like make your finger into a hook, and I pulled on it like this, and he was like,
Ow.
yeah, that
probably
hurts a little bit.
So-
Really bad sprain at least, right? If it was broken, if you touch your finger, it hurts. It would hurt, and you're like, no.
Yeah, I don't know. It could just be badly bruised,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
really noticed it was sore at the very least the day before, and then I think it was yesterday was when I hit it, and I'm like, God, this hurts so bad, but I couldn't laugh. It wasn't a laughing moment. I was hyped, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like, like, wait, what the fuck's wrong with Aaron? So I'm just like, I was trying to,
great. The harder you laugh, the worse it hurts.
I was trying to just like, I gotta hold this and not do anything, and so, but I finally got the microwave up and used it for the first time yesterday to make popcorn.
Oh, good.
Nice.
That's the whole reason we got it now. Is make popcorn.
Make
Popcorn?
popcorn.
There you go.
You know, you can make
got your popcorn
you
machine.
can buy popcorn poppers.
Makes so
Work
much with my
really
microwave.
I
great.
know, we make them all the time on the stovetop and stuff.
Yeah.
Melanie she actually buys kernels and puts them in like a pot.
Yeah.
Usually makes it that way, but I like the pre-buttered easy bag thing and
No, yeah.
toss it in there and make it. But no, we've gone probably most of the time in the house we haven't had a microwave for one reason or another. We just always did stovetop stuff or It's either eating out, stovetop stuff, or on the grill, which may have been good.
Probably healthier.
Although, honestly, I said the same thing to Melanie. It's like, it's probably healthier we're not using the microwave, right? Because then you're not making, I don't know,
Like microwave dinners.
yeah, you're not doing that kind of stuff. But we
Super
didn't do that
processed
normally
food or
anyway.
anything.
And all the stuff that are like
Chicken nuggets shaped like Baby Yoda.
Well, chicken nuggets we would just put in the oven.
Oh.
And actually it crispened them
Yeah.
up and made them better.
We were at Sam's Club and there was a bag of chicken nuggets shaped like Baby Yoda. Jancy's
Yeah.
like, we have to get these. I'm like, all right.
But the two things that we usually used it for was either whatever we had left from like the night before for dinner that if people wanted to eat, like if we had hamburgers on the grill, we could reheat them a lot easier. And then Melanie gets like these bags of like vegetables that you just like toss in the microwave and turn on and it like steams them in the bag or something. And she's like, we used it mostly for that.
Mhm.
And the kids like that one. If I try to actually steam them,
Yeah.
like put them in like a little netting thing with like boiling water and stuff, they don't like them as much.
Yeah.
So now we can steam our vegetables in the microwave, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys
I like
ever
steamed
use a
veggies.
air
That's mostly what
fryer?
I use mine for.
Yeah. Everybody's using air fryers now.
Yeah.
No.
I watched a video where a guy air fried a hot dog for like 48 hours or something.
48
What?
hours.
Something like that, yeah.
This is what happens to your body when you eat air fried
Air
food.
fry a hot dog for, I don't know how long it was.
All the like little recipe videos I see are air fryers now.
And what is it? God, it might not be 48 hours. It might be like a day or
48 hour, like they're
guy
Jesus.
That's a lot.
air
You don't smoke
fries
things that long.
hot dog for, I don't know. 2 hours. That's what it was. Not 2 days. 2 hours.
That is
That's
such a
significantly
huge difference.
less
Hey,
in
man.
time.
terms of.
I'm not impressed.
I've made huge mistakes.
That's like when I almost caught my house on fire with popcorn, Aaron. That's
I mean,
that kind of difference.
I wasn't doing. I just remember
Yeah.
reading some random story where a guy's like,
That's worse than making ramen without water, right?
No.
it definitely is.
it's
Yeah.
not. I misspoke
think
of a story I randomly saw one day on the internet. You were making food.
No. We have a new standard of worst thing to mess up. We can forget that.
Forget the almost green smoke that was pouring
It
out of
was
the
green
microwave.
smoke.
It was like a tornado
If it
was
weren't
about
for
to
the
happen.
smell, it would be a very
was-
nice story.
was
Oh,
a
the
green
smell was
cloud.
so bad.
I think the smell's
So
finally
long.
gone. I think it's finally
We-
gone.
Didn't we throw that microwave away?
No, it's still up there.
It's still up
It's
there.
the same one.
We just don't use it.
Yeah,
We
I
don't.
know. I don't use it.
No, yeah.
We don't. But yeah, I don't know. I think that was most of my weekend. I got to do a bike ride. It was just me and Melanie. We did a bike ride with no kids.
It's nice.
It was awesome. We got to do the whole bike path, like in one go.
Oh yeah.
All the way up to Walmart,
To-
or
Well, as far as it goes.
I don't know where does it go now?
Well, so there was some incident where like the
Uh,
constructor people
Yeah.
planned whatever, and they said it would be okay. And like after a week, it like collapsed.
it like caved
Yeah.
in. Yeah. Okay.
So they have it all closed off. So it goes past the highway bridge
Okay.
and under that and a little
The
bit.
interstate bridge.
Yeah. So it goes kind of far, but we got to like bike from the boat, the pit, right? From the pit
Right.
all the way to
boat
there
ramp.
and back together. Because
Wow.
usually we have like the 4 kids, and we have a mixture now of like these little like tag along bikes that hook to our bike.
Oh,
So
Right.
they
okay.
pedal as well,
that's cool.
and then a couple of the kids have their own bikes.
So which of
depending-
you
You
was
can-
on that?
No, we both do.
Like you have
One
enough
pulls
fa-
2 kids, one
no, I
pulls
mean
1
for
kid.
your ride with just
Oh
you
no,
two.
we both had our own bikes. So no,
Okay.
no, we
You have
weren't
enough
doing
kids.
Did you
can
still
make
have
a gang.
the trailer things?
that. If we all rode the same speed, that's the problem.
Oh.
So what happens is like it's me with like Leon and Ayla
yeah.
until Ayla starts to get tired, and then one with like Colson and Kanan, or we'll swap back and forth and stuff too. But usually it's like us with 2 kids and us with 2 kids, as
Yeah.
we're just trying to like keep with them, and we're not all together, and it's. But this is nice. We just went.
You need to teach like your kids how to like just circle like a stranger and laugh at them. That would freak people out.
While you're like stabbing yourself in
just
the
like
leg,
whistling.
laughing
They
harder.
just sing like nursery rhymes.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
Ring around
I
the
imagine
rose.
these kids came out just with their bikes. I'm like, oh, well, we gotta find something to put in their spokes.
swinging chains.
Yoo-hoo.
But yeah, but that was fun. That was the other thing I had to do.
That's cool.
It's good.
Well, anybody else have anything for their week? It seems like not.
No.
I was.
The only other thing I had was that we went to Walmart over the week. I told you guys too. I'm very
Mm.
sad because I bought a game and a controller for the Switch.
Yeah.
and somehow we ended up back. Yeah, I'm not going into specifics. I don't think anyone, but they could be. But anyway, we had bought cat food, kitty litter, and then we bought these two kind of on a whim in a way. And I don't know where that controller and game are. Like, we can't find them at the house, in my car. I called Walmart. They said if I have the receipt, they can try to look at the cameras. I can't find the receipt. It could have been in that bag, you know? Like, because usually I would keep the receipt with the most expensive item, because especially when you're showing Walmart, like, oh, hey, yeah, we bought this. See, look.
Did you buy them at electronics or at the front of the store?
Back in electronics.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you did like a self checkout or like one where a cashier actually like scans the things, like I don't know if they were like scanning it and then like just put it under the counter and then scan the next thing and put it in the bag, scan one thing, put it under the counter.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean I don't know. They just went boop 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 boop. They bagged stuff. It went in our cart. I don't know. Maybe it's somewhere in the house and we're just missing it. But I need to try to figure out where it is. Sadly, sucks. But that's the only other thing I had for the week. What were you saying, Rick?
I could do 3 pull-ups.
Yay!
Yeah.
Progress.
Good job, Rick.
Yeah.
I love the way you said that.
So, yeah, for the last, I don't know, couple, 3 months or whatever, I've been working out pretty consistently, just doing, like, boxing and jump roping. And, like, I haven't tried to do pull-ups, but, like, last week, I was like, I wonder if I could do a pull-up. And I tried to do it, like, a wide grip one, and I couldn't do it. Like, what? That's a shame.
That's a shame.
I was like, well, I feel like I'm strong enough to do it. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. So I looked up some videos and like tried to apply some of those techniques, and I was able to do 1. Like, hot damn. And since then, I'm up to 3.
Nice.
Very excited.
Pull-ups are like one of the harder exercises, I feel like.
Turns out.
Jumping jacks, people can do those. Push-ups, you can at least do a few push-ups. Sit-ups, you can get those. When you have people start doing pull-ups, people are like, oh, shit. And either people can get like none, or they can get like 5 to 10, and then that's like the average, I feel like, of most people. And unless you're like in shape, and I feel like even in shape, it's hard to do, because you're still having like, if you have muscles, you got that weight, you're still pulling that extra weight up.
I know.
It's
I
hard
feel
either
like
way.
5 or 10 might be above average.
It's like the one exercise.
Well, what was it in the presidential fitness? Didn't you have to hit like 5?
Well,
like,
but those are chin-ups, which are a lot easier.
yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, they are easier, but a lot of people, it's still hard.
Sure. But, I mean, I could do like 10 or 15 chin-ups. But as far as pull-ups go, at least for me, it's a lot harder.
Because chin-ups, you're like supinated, right?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of like bicep in that.
Fucking hate pull-ups. It's like the one exercise, like the more out of shape you are, the worse it is, you know? It's like, all right, do some jumping jacks. Like, well, a really, really fat guy can do
some jumping jacks.
5 to 10 or something, you know?
1.
But like the worse you are, the farther away the gap is of being able to do one, you know? I'm in some of the best shape I've ever been in, you know, my adult life, and I still can't do one pull-up.
Sure.
You know?
Like a jumping jack, you could do half the jumping jack.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't even do half the pull-up.
No,
It's
yeah.
funny because between my
Technically, half
doctor
the pull-up
visit,
is up, right?
I guess,
And then
yeah.
down.
like between my doctor visit of poison ivy to my eye injury, like when I went to poison ivy, they were like, and here's your weight. And I was like, oh shit, I put on some pounds, I guess. Cause I don't know. I used to be like 400 pounds, and then I got down to 270, I think. But then I went there, and it was like 285, and I was like, I'm getting kind of close to 300. So I just been like, well, okay, what am I gonna do? I need to like take care of my yard. I'll just do a little bit of that every day, and it's decent exercise. So over vacation, I lost like 12 pounds.
Nice.
I mean, that's the one thing I've been doing.
I mean, that's like, my vacation was only a week.
I know. Well,
That's
I
pretty
should say
crazy.
it's between my poison ivy visit and
Okay.
that visit.
Still,
But that's really
that's
the only
really
thing
good.
I've done. I haven't really changed up my diet or
But
anything.
you gotta be careful, because apparently Calvin's pants weigh 10 pounds. So that could have been the extra.
Not
He did say
anymore,
that.
I said.
Wait,
10
what?
pounds.
I don't remember this.
You were probably in the bathroom.
We
It
were
was
talking earlier
today.
because I weighed myself this morning, and I was up a little bit. I was like, that's kind of weird. I wouldn't expect to be up that much. And then I realized I was wearing my pants, and I normally don't when I weigh myself in the morning. So it was like a 1.5 pound difference.
Mhm.
I was telling that to Calvin, and he's like,
Back when I used to carry a whole bunch of tools and doodads and stuff in my pockets, like pliers and wrenches and everything else that I would carry. Leatherman.
Your pants weighed 10 pounds.
My pants would weigh 10 pounds. There would be a 10-pound difference between me wearing my jeans with everything in the pockets and not.
Just imagine Calvin being like Goku.
Yeah, it's weighted clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50, 50, and 2 little fivers.
That was many years ago. That was when I was like, I don't know, 15, 16. I only weighed like 120 pounds anyway.
Now, you were just a little...
I was a stick at 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you were. Are we ready for questions? Do we have anything else?
Yeah. Didn't we have the other stuff that we're going to go over with what's coming?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did put out on our social media and a YouTube community post our September schedule, which included some surprises for Thursdays moving forward. We are finishing up Jujutsu Kaisen. We should say that it finished up on Patreon today. So if you are a patron at the Foresight level, you can watch all of our Jujutsu Kaisen reactions. And we were very sad because that was a very great show.
Hope it comes back soon.
Yes, me too.
But we did announce that starting next week on the 9th, we're going to have Masters of the Universe Revelations reactions. And because it's only half a season that was released, all 5 reactions are actually going up on our early access on the 9th. And then after that, on the 16th, the next week, we will be having Vinland Saga going up. So it's going to be quick turnaround. Now, normally, like when we do poll slots, we tend to put stuff up like when the last one goes up. But this isn't a poll slot. This is just us wanting to do some different things, and just happens to be Thursday being the day that we're dumping those. So yeah, so next week, Masters of the Universe Revelation, which have finished that now in terms of actually filming.
Mm-hmm.
So those reactions will all be there next week, and then Vinland Saga.
Yep.
So
yeah,
I'm excited by that too.
Vinland Saga. Some people have been asking. We'll be doing the Sentai dub.
Yes.
Which is the one that's on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Officially available in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to catch up or watch along with full length or something, that's the one that we're doing.
It is. I know there's people that have opinions on. Well, you should do the sub, or you should do the dub. But now it's you should do the other dub. You know. But there's, in terms of us as a YouTube channel, as a business, there's only certain things that we can do. So there's one dub available to us.
Yeah,
so
and
that's what we're doing.
I mean, to be honest, after the Neon Genesis redubbing Netflix did, I don't know how much I trust them.
You never know.
Dubs. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for everybody to see that because, yeah, I don't know.
It's been long requested.
It has been long requested.
Yeah, I've seen it forever. People know of my love of Berserk and have been like, if you like Berserk, you might like Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
So
cool.
I do like Berserk.
I love Berserk more than when I was watching Berserk.
Got to bring those books back.
I have one at my house I need to bring back.
Is that like Amazon recommendations? It's like customers who bought this also bought.
I love that.
I suppose so, yeah.
I don't know if it's on yours, but if you guys go to like the YouTube page on the main Blind Wave account under YouTube recommended movies, for me, there's a Neil Breen movie on there.
Oh, how about that?
Man, how you
I'm not sure if it's
I have
there
not
for you
gone
guys
to
or
our
not.
Wikipedia page.
But
Yeah. Speaking of books, you're talking about the Berserk book, but I was started yesterday on. I was talking with Eric. I was like, which of these are canon? We need to look at which canon book, because we have lots of Star Wars books
Sure.
that we have sitting in like our library area, and we were
Mhm.
looking at what books were canon, which books that weren't, what ones were missing and stuff. I'm like, man, I don't even know. I need like a list. So I started working on like a list the other day when I had some spare time, and then actually opened up in the Discord channel and was talking with them about some stuff too. So they're gonna help with trying to figure out what books we have for Star Wars and stuff that we're missing and whatnot. So,
are you going to use the label maker to label them as canon?
No, I'm not gonna label the books, Rick.
Okay,
I
I'll
might
do it.
I shelf maybe.
You just give me the list.
Yeah,
I don't even think I need to do that. I think I
That
just be
would
like,
actually
hey, look,
be kind of cool.
the top 2 shelves are canon. The next 2 shelves are not canon.
If you did if you did them chronologically on the shelf, that way you could just take a book, read it, and finish it. Grab the next one.
What
or the
would
next series
be
of
interesting is
comics or
having
something.
them by era.
Yeah.
Like, just be like, here's the High Republic era, and here's the ones that are like in this era, and the Fall of the Jedi, and whatever else, and just go through those, which would be kind of cool to do.
You know, you need to get 2 bookends that are canons. Then that'll solve the problem.
Everything in this
not
is
bad.
canon.
Everything in here.
And then
Fodder.
2 bookends that are Link and Korra. Or I should say Zelda and Korra. For the Legends books.
Why not like
Why not Tom
Sarah and Mick?
Because
Because
that
they are
didn't come
legends.
to mind first.
They are legends, Eric.
I have a tiny cannon. I got
You
it in
do?
the mailbag.
It
We
yeah,
used it
it
for
actually
the-
fires.
It does.
It went.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, we used that for one of our
Black Sails.
Black Sales intros.
Yeah.
Arr! The
Our
little
windows
cannon.
remember well.
Oh, man. Forgot about that.
There was no window breakage in that video.
No, you will never convince me that broken window out there was not a result of
It's
you
broken
and the
from the
cannon.
outside.
Calvin was involved somehow.
Yeah.
We know that much.
It totally wasn't me throwing big rocks trying to
It's
get your
either that or
attention while
you
were
trying to come
recording.
in as the bat form. You were
Yeah,
super drunk.
sure.
That could be too.
And I changed back too quick.
That dang bat keeps showing up. Is it gone now? Is it showing up again? Anyone know?
It's been back.
It was
very
here last
recently.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I just didn't know it was back. This like.
I don't know.
We have a security system that detects motion, so every once in a while, Jancy will get an alert on the phone. That's like, she's like, what's going on at the studio? And she's having a good time.
I would love one time that it's like, oh, an alert. I wonder what it is. And shows it up, and the bat's like landed on the camera and just like. It would be so. She's like, you just throw it down.
Oh, that'd be great. She would throw her phone too.
It would be so funny. I wouldn't get to see it. Only Eric would be like, what
No,
happened?
yeah.
What's wrong?
You had like an earnest face. Be funny.
An earnest face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ernest P.
I have
Ernest
seen
P.
the
Worrell.
VHS covers of that.
That was my Ernest impression.
That was not very good.
What was it?
It was like a
It sounds like Waluigi.
I was trying to do whenever he does his scream. I guess I can't do it.
We need to have Calvin react to
Oh, Ernest is so good.
it. I thought there was many.
them.
Ah.
Some.
Trying to think of what he has. He has that kind of like kind of laugh too that he does.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I
There's a
don't know.
video of that actor and Robin Williams like backstage at something, and they're just like improving a scene together for no reason. They just are. It's hilarious.
It's just how
Really?
they pass the time.
Yeah, it's just it is. It's
Yeah,
like
what
it's how they converse in the comedy.
What was Ernest's name? Anything? Of it?
Jim Varney.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. Slink.
Slink. See, I was thinking of Slink when he was screaming as he was like being brought around the truck. But I can't do it.
Because it was him, and then after he had passed, I think what was it in the third one, whichever one it was. It's dang, I can't think of his name either. He's the one in Waterboy who's like,
Oh yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Uh-huh.
He's like Sean's father in Boy Meets World and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of that guy's name either, but I think he's the one who did the voice later
Mhm.
on after. Ernest Scared Stupid is a masterpiece. I watched that with the kids.
It's
It was-
scary.
It was so good. Like
I
some
haven't
of
seen
the
it
kids
for
were
20 years.
some of the
but
kids were scared by it, and Kanan was crying at the end. I was
Yeah.
so happy
Yeah, I
because
have.
like he actually like was like getting himself invested. We watched Clone Wars arc, and there was the end of season 5, and by the end of it, he had like tears. And I'm like, oh, I'm so proud. Like, because sometimes I feel like they're not like paying attention or they don't care as much.
Sure.
But he was crying at the end of it. I was like,
Good.
yes, good.
I'm glad your child cried.
Good. I was too. I was so happy.
I'm glad it was Kanan too.
Yes. I can't wait till we get the Rebels.
Exactly.
Here.
Huh.
Who?
Blake Clark.
Ah.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, I just
He opened up the Water Boy, and he's like, "Who was it?"
Oh yeah.
I was like, "It's that guy right
I
there."
hate it when you guys like tell a story about this actor and stuff and you like don't figure out who you were talking about. I was like, wait, who was it?
I figure most of our chat has seen either Water Boy, and they know what I'm talking about with that, or has seen Boy Meets World, and they know what I'm talking about with that.
He's isn't he
haven't
the
seen
dad in 50
either.
First Dates too? He's in a lot of Adam Sandler
Yeah, I
stuff.
think so. Yeah, he is in a lot of Adam Sandler
Yeah.
stuff. You haven't seen either of those?
Nope.
Well, then, Calvin, you're in the minority.
Well, I was helping the minority.
I haven't watched Ernest Scared Stupid with Evie yet. Partially, I'm not sure if she's ready, but I'm not sure if I'm ready. I was really scared of that movie when I was a
I
kid.
remember being terrified of that movie. Those trolls were scary, man.
But we did watch Air Bud the other night together,
Oh
and
yeah.
I hadn't seen that movie in forever.
Air Bud.
And it's a lot sadder than I remember. Like I'm not sure if it was because like she was crying in a bunch of parts,
Mhm.
and I was also crying. I'm not sure if I was crying because she was crying, if I was crying because of the movie, but there was much crying between the two of us.
I'll find out. I'm actually curious now.
Sure. There's a poll in chat. Make sure you answer it.
Yeah. If you've seen Boy Meets World and Waterboy, if you've seen Waterboy, if you've seen Boy Meets World, or if you've seen neither, and that way we'll know. 'Cause I feel like two of those are pretty big and
Sure.
at least
you
familiar.
what if you haven't seen all of Boy Meets World?
I mean,
I don't think I've seen all of it, but
Have
I've
you-
seen it.
if you've seen enough to see Sean's dad, he's within the first couple seasons. It's only 6 seasons, I think, right? Maybe 7. Might be 7 seasons.
TGIF.
Huh?
Thank God It's Friday was the block of shows that Boy Meets World aired on
Mm.
originally.
7 seasons.
That's what I remember.
That's what you remember?
And Fine. I remember that too.
Yeah, I love Boy Meets World. It's probably
Can we add those to the poll now?
we could, I guess.
No, it's fine.
Calvin and Rick haven't seen it, obviously. So,
No, yeah.
dude, I love Boy Meets World so much because it was, as a kid, it was funny, but it also dealt with a lot of serious things too. That's the first show I remember watching that, like, it's the only one I remember as a kid watching that made me cry. I'm sure I cried other times, but I remember crying at points in that show.
Did you cry for Fresh Prince, or was that later?
I didn't watch Fresh Prince.
I don't think you watched a lot.
No.
There's a lot of stuff did that.
I've seen that since, especially
you.
having, and that's one thing too, is like being a dad. I feel like
Yeah.
some things affect me differently than what they used to now.
Mhm.
So now I'll cry at different points than what I would when I was
As
a
a
kid.
kid,
You know,
yeah.
relating it more from a father perspective or something too. But yeah, no, I didn't. I know of one scene that I have seen just that scene, and I'm like, that's a pretty good scene without hardly any context. You know, just from this point to this point. But
Of what?
in Fresh Prince.
Of Fresh Prince.
Yeah. You know, I watched Boy Meets World and I watched Girl Meets World too. It was not as good, but it was okay. I enjoyed it because of the characters. But I enjoy Boy Meets World more. But it also could be nostalgia. I don't know. That happens, right?
Does
Sure.
it does?
Yep. Oh, we only get some questions.
I've got him.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Questions?
Pong asks, question to Rick, how do you feel about anthology game nights, specifically Call of Cthulhu? I miss game nights. I think a format like that would do wonders. Can switch players, have guests, and is a lot of fun. Maybe. I've been writing again, like role-playing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and going back through some of like the Torchbearer Academy stuff, and like, should I like do something with this and release it at some point or
Mhm.
something? So I've been thinking about it, but there's no current plans other than maybe, hopefully, we'll be able to do something for October.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a good strategy when it comes to retention and doing more anthology-like things, not doing something that goes on for 2 years, because eventually someone will come across those videos and be like, well, I'm not going to go watch 2 years worth of videos to catch up to this point. But if you know, that's why comic books always keep releasing, oh, this is Spider-Man #1. It's like, oh, I can jump on here. You know, you don't have to have a whole bunch of other stuff. So I can see the why that might be a good strategy to have. But I also just love having long-form stories as well.
I mean, there's nothing like, you know, a years-long D&D campaign.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or watching Naruto.
But you never know what's going to happen those years. Like,
Yeah.
people move away, things change.
Life, Rick.
Life
happens.
Dude, the poll ended, and I was correct.
What was the thing?
40% neither. 25% Boy Meets World Waterboy, 23% Waterboy, 12% Boy Meets World. But that means 60% have seen either one or both of those.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So.
But it's a
Waterboy
huge
was-
minority that hasn't seen either of them.
Waterboy was pretty big
I still said the majority. Haha.
back in the
Yeah.
day. It's a pretty big movie.
I feel like it played on TNT a lot.
Yeah.
But also, that's also not everyone
They
voting.
had
either.
Captain Amazo.
So
Sure.
Right?
Captain Mesa. Yeah.
Captain Amazo.
Yeah, if
Paul White.
you polled our international audience,
I wonder
It-
what the
it
answer would be there.
almost definitely be a minority. You're
think-
like seen either or
I
both.
think more of them would. I think more people would have seen it. They just didn't want to vote.
Yeah. Or they're lying.
Yeah, that's it too. Like fuck Aaron.
Sure.
Calvin probably voted neither.
Fake news.
I did. I'm logged into chat under not Blindwave.
I knew it, Calvin. I knew it.
Technically, I get a vote.
Insano. Captain Insano. That's what it was. Not Amazo. Amazo's from DC. Maybe I don't know it as well.
Jeez, Eric.
Mandula oblongata. How about that? That's a real thing from that movie.
I used that quote the other day from something. I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm like, the alligators. I watched a video that was a woman who was like feeding this like alligator, and it grabbed a hold of her hand, and she like, it was the first time her reacting and watching this video of her being attacked by this alligator.
Is the lady that got saved?
I mean, she did get saved.
Yeah.
She ended up getting her arm got bitten up, but she's fine. It's healing. But her thing was like, I watched it, and it was showing signs of spinning.
Mm-hmm.
So I crawled in with it.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't crawl in with it, when it starts spinning, you have a lot less to do. So she was like wrapped around on top of this alligator, like spinning with it and stuff. So it would do less damage to her. Because if she just stayed outside and started twisting, like what are you gonna do if you're standing up and your arm starts being twisted by this however many pound alligator that's in here? You know?
Sure. Yeah.
So
well, they death roll because they can't really chew. They just swallow shit whole.
Oh yeah.
So
they bite
grab
down
a hunk and they spin. If you ever see like a baby one do it, it's like, woo! It's so fast. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
But no, it was a crazy thing to see. But watching her and her talking about, she goes, "Yeah, I'll go back to work here soon."
I think that's the video of the guy that like she was like the handler, right? And then that happened. Maybe it's a different video, but there's a video of a lady that she goes in, she rolls with it, and then this guy that has nothing to do with it, like they're on a field trip, he just goes in and fucking grabs the gator and like saves her. It's pretty great. I mean, some people would say stupid, but he did it.
Sure, yeah.
And then she got out, and he just left there
holding an alligator.
He's like, I'm like here with my kids or something, you know?
Fuck me,
and
I guess.
He just kind of had to like fucking run away real quick.
Throw it and run.
But good for him.
Like wrestle an alligator.
A sleeper.
Yeah.
ADFX asks favorite colors.
Blue.
Green.
Red.
Which means I win. Look at the colors of the wall.
There's green and blue, and they're used for
the same thing.
And you said we had to have blue because I had too much green shit. What shade of green and blue and all that? Do you guys have shade specifics, or is it like just more of a green is green?
Forest green.
All kinds of blue.
Yeah, all kind of red.
See, I like a lighter green. So you like more of like this.
Yeah, I prefer that.
I like more of like the razor, like green color. Like Calvin, like I can show it on my camera.
You weren't reaching for it.
I like more like this green, and Calvin likes more like this green that you can get over at blindwave.com.
/shop.
Super Jordan asks, what's your guys' favorite Marvel villain?
Ooh. It changes all the time depending on what I've recently watched.
Sure.
I really like Eric Killmonger.
I really like Kingpin and Thanos.
Yeah.
That'll be Dr. Doom for me.
It's so hard. Like, am I looking at like across anything and everything, or is like certain movies do ones better than others and stuff too? Like Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin's really, really good. I really like that one. I also like the one from Spider-Man too.
That's really, yeah, you're right.
Like the '90s cartoon.
Yeah.
Like I love that Kingpin. He's so cool. It might be Kingpin.
When I was a boy.
It'd be cool to get Kingpin in the MCU.
It would.
I'd love it.
Totally. Right there with you.
Also, really love Ultron.
Ultron, yeah.
Often, probably answered this before, but I'm genuinely curious. If you could pick 2 to 3 MCU or any comic book heroes to team up in any Marvel movie, who would it be and why? Love the content, boys.
Daredevil.
That's your one.
Yeah, you know what? I might go with like I need a third. I'm picking 3 or 2.
2 or 3.
I thought we were each picking one.
Oh, is that what we're doing? If I was gonna pick the story I went the most is it was like I think it was in the comics, and I think it was in the '90s Spider-Man cartoon. They did one where Peter Parker is on trial for something, and Matt Murdock is his lawyer, which then resulted in Spider-Man and Daredevil trying to prove that Peter Parker was innocent.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that story, and I'd love to see the Peter Parker and Daredevil like Spider-Man like stuff working together. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I would love for Steve Rogers to have to deal with the Punisher and Ghost Rider. I think that would be
At
fun.
the same time?
Well, yeah, they all team up.
They're like,
It's like the lawful paladin in the group of chaotic neutrals.
Yeah, like he can be mad at the Punisher and be pissed off, but what's he gonna? He can't argue with the Ghost Rider too much.
yeah. Treat stream?
I guess.
Huh?
Oh, there's just pizza here. I didn't hear the doorbell ring.
I didn't hear
Oh, no.
shit.
I didn't see
I didn't see my ear, my eye.
I didn't see
didn't
a
know.
message.
My nose failed me.
Usually I get an email, and there was an email,
It just showed up.
or at least a text message.
Man, I'm so easy to be snuck up on now these days.
Oh, you didn't even know it showed up, did you?
No, not until the smell hit me.
The smell hit you?
Yeah.
But thank you for
Thank
the
you.
pizza. I don't know
Thank
who
you. Ian?
did it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Who did
thank
it?
you very much.
Ian?
Ian did
Ian?
it?
Thank you.
Ian. Calvin's favorite.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't know. That would be cool too. Like that'd be a neat idea because there's that comic moment there with the Punisher
Punisher and Cap.
and Cap, which
Mhm.
is really cool. And
Yep.
if you get that, then that means you're getting like Captain America and you're getting Punisher in there too, which
I
is
know.
really good.
Yep.
I mean, if it's any comic book hero, I think I want like Sonic and the Flash.
Yeah.
Why?
to
To
team
see
up.
who's faster?
Well, I know who's faster.
Who's faster?
Sonic,
Why is that?
the fastest thing alive versus the fastest man alive.
That's just a song.
It's not. It's life.
It's life.
Didn't they do a death battle or something?
I know they did the Flash and Quicksilver, in
Yeah.
which case
Oh,
the
okay.
Flash is definitely faster.
hmm Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
about Sonic.
And you look at what all Sonic can do. Sonic can beat Mario.
There was a Knuckles versus Vegeta death battle.
The Sonic universe, like those characters are pretty strong.
They get, yeah.
They're pretty strong.
hmm
Dylan asks, "Hey guys, how do you feel about how close you are to the end of Hunter x Hunter after watching it for over 2 years?"
Yeah.
I can't put all of my feelings into a single response, is how I feel. I can only say, I hope that you watch upcoming reactions that
I feel
we've
like
already
it's-
recorded.
Going, I feel like it's going out on a high note.
It does feel, I feel high. I feel high watching it.
I don't know. It's weird. It's one of those things like, well, we've had it for a while. What happens when you don't have it?
Yeah.
Or there's no new content for it. It's
I
a
will
weird thing.
Greatly miss not hearing that song every week.
I would feel
Sure.
a little less pain if you guys vote Yu Yu Hakusho.
There's a feeling I have when like, because usually I don't binge watch things, but I'll have a show where that's the show I'm watching, right?
Yeah.
Like Friends, I would just put on Friends and watch it sometimes.
hmm
And then when you get to the end of it, you're like, man, I don't have any more. And like, I'm kind of sad that there's no more left now, you know?
hmm
I'll probably be like that. It's like, I just had this for so long and now it's gone.
I don't know how many we have left.
Don't know either.
Light Shadow Onyx, what time period would you want to live in?
Now,
I mean, yeah, now is clearly the best time.
or 10 years from now with even better medication and medicine.
And we've solved global warming.
Yeah, hopefully that's been solved.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go into the past because it's shitty and it sucks, and I wouldn't want to go into the future in case things aren't fixed.
There's
Yeah.
problems with every time.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't
Lots
know
of
which
problems.
one. Like, part of me, like, man, my growing up through like the '90s seemed fine enough, you
Sure.
know. Like, I wouldn't mind living there, I guess. But I also was a kid, and back then I wasn't paying attention to all kinds of problems and shit and whatever else was going on, you know.
I just feel like every other time period, I think about all, this is going to sound weird. Think about all the times you've ever had diarrhea. It's a lot throughout your life, right?
Oh, yeah.
That genuinely means you were going to die. Once you got diarrhea, you died.
Sure.
So just think about all those times. Those are all the times that you would have died in other timelines.
What?
Other timelines or other
Yeah.
time periods?
I've had diarrhea a lot though.
I know, and you live in a world of modern medicine.
Just saying, I would have died every
And
time
good
diarrhea.
nutrition.
I would have died.
Well, yeah, like good nutrition, yes, but there's a lot of
Like you're
processed foods.
you're
and-
hydrated. Like I mean,
stuff.
there is, yes, but I'm just saying.
But we have
like-
clean drinking water.
Yeah,
Is
we
the
also
big
have
one.
we have plumbing. We have
Yeah.
clean drinking water.
Yeah.
Sure. So like, you don't want to go back to like the before all that.
No.
There's not necessarily any time that's like where you do have that you're like, you know what, that's the good time to be in.
Mhm.
It's like it would be cool to be able to see like ancient times of this or that, but to live there, like I might do like a Doctor Who
Yeah.
visit, right?
My answer is
Sure.
once we've developed time travel and indestructible, invisible spheres, then I can go back and see all that shit and not have to worry about the abject suffering that
Is
happened
that your
in
same
those
thing
time
with like
periods.
space, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to space until I'm in a ship that can recycle everything I need
Exactly.
and will never break down.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be the first one
freeze me
there,
while
or the
I'm
first
going
10,
there.
or the first 10,000. I'm going to be the 1 millionth space travel customer once they've figured out the kinks. You know, like I'm never going to be the first one to ride a roller coaster. I'm going to wait.
Well, you're never the first because whoever builds it, like, they're gonna go on it.
I suppose.
And
Well,
plus, those dummies that they fill up with water,
Mhm.
like they get to ride on it.
What-
I did not have the finances, but growing up, I was always like, man, I want to have the first self-driving car because I hate driving.
You hate driving?
Do you want one now?
Yeah,
They're possible.
heck yeah. Kidding? Then it could get lost.
What if you have to program it on where to go, Rick?
I mean,
They're
I'm better
getting-
at programming than I am.
I guess
That's
it's
true. He's a much
True.
better programmer.
So back in like old days, they wouldn't have had IBS. Would people with IBS just die?
I'm not saying that every time you get diarrhea you do die,
Oh, okay.
but it's just
But diarrhea was something to be very scared
It's
of.
very You're when people died, they most likely did it because of not great stuff.
Sure.
You
Like
just hear very terrible
some
things.
bacteria in the water.
Like
fucked
so
with
many
them, or-
stories you hear of, like, you
Like-
know, significant people. They always have, like, then their sister died that winter.
Yeah,
Then their brother died 2 winters then, you know?
yeah. There's so many like shat themselves to death.
Exactly. It's always like, Jesus.
Yeah,
And these were
if-
the successful ones.
If I hadn't gotten out of that ambulance, I would have shit myself to death
Yeah.
in L.A.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
A fact. I love I miss when heroin was a common medicine.
It was.
I would miss when cocaine was in Coca-Cola.
Yeah. I saw there was, like, some kind of, like, not ancient, but antique, like, spice set. And one of the spices was, like, heroin or cocaine or something. Like, it was, like, written on there in, like, flowery letters. It's like, Jesus, this is old.
Oh yeah, they used to take like just straight up toxins.
I mean, we still do today. People are injecting themselves with, what's that horse medicine, horse dewormer that people are taking for
Oh my
COVID?
gosh.
I don't know exactly what it is. All I know is I heard like the people who are eating Tide Pods are now taking horse medicine. I was like, what the hell are you talking
It's
about?
like horse dewormer that they're taking instead of a, you know,
Ivermectin.
yeah, it's some, yeah, Ivor something.
Why are they taking it?
So rather than take a vaccine for COVID,
Why are you why is that the solution?
the CDC, the
FDA?
the who?
the FDA, I think it was the FDA, like came out. They put out an article that said, "Y'all," that's like literally, "Y'all, stop taking these horse medicines."
Oh, it is in Georgia.
Yeah,
The CDC.
but like, I just thought it was really funny. They were just like, "What are you doing?"
I don't understand the people that have the problem with the vaccine, but then they're willing to do that. You know?
Because they've been
That's taken to the
radicalized
man.
and fake
It
news.
just doesn't
and-
make sense. Like if you're
think
not
tanks that
okay
fuck
with the
with
vaccine,
everybody.
why are you okay putting
Yeah.
horse stuff into you? You know, like that makes even less
I mean,
sense.
it's easy to say, well, people are dumb, but people are manipulated, and I'm sure half of my beliefs are shitty too, you know?
Yeah,
But
I
who
don't know.
knows what
I put in
belief
some
is shitty.
conspiracy theory where someone's
Yeah.
like, you know what? Really, here's who made
Yeah.
this. This is the solution, and it counteracts what they've done, or some. I don't know.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, I saw that Joe Rogan came out and said that he took it because he recently got COVID. But he also took Regeneron, and he had an IV drip for 5 days, and he had everything else that, you know, $50,000 a day will get you, just like Trump did. And Trump is out there saying, like, vaccines are good, take the vaccine, you know? He says all this other shit, but, like, they don't listen to him, you know? It's weird. It's weird shit.
So Joe
just
Rogan took
weird
the
stuff.
horse dewormer. Did he take the vaccine too?
I don't know if he was vaccinated or not.
Like
He was very much a proponent of, like, look, you know, if you're healthy and stuff like that. You
don't have to worry,
take
right?
your vitamins
take
and
your
you work
vitamins.
out. And you're not obese. Like most healthy people, it's going to suck, but you're going to be okay, which isn't necessarily an incorrect way of thinking. I mean, generally, if you are healthier, you can handle disease better, but
Sure.
it's also, half of his audience are out-of-shape dude bros that aren't Joe Rogan, but feel like they are because they listen to him, and they're not going to have as great of a time with COVID as he is.
And you're going to be around people who aren't like
And
that.
aren't going to have thousands of dollars to be able to take the best medicine.
Sure. See, the only way I think that I can be like, okay, I can understand why that person took this horse dewormer is if they're a person who is like deathly afraid of COVID and they've taken as much as they can. And they're like,
Yeah.
I need to make sure I'm protected as much as I can be. I got the vaccine. I
I'm
got
covering
this.
all my bases.
I'm taking the dewormer. I got my hydroxychloroquine, whatever the hell that shit was. Like whatever it is, I got all of it. That's the only way I can, like, in my head, like, this kind of makes sense. Otherwise, in every other scenario, I don't understand what the hell it's talking about.
But
only way
don't
is if
take
they were, if they,
medicine that's meant for a 1-ton animal.
the only way it makes sense is if they were a horse and they had worms.
Yeah.
No, I get that too. That one makes sense too.
I mean, they said it is used for something in humans. I don't know what it is, but not at that level, not at that dosage. And, one of those options is FDA approved now. Not that. I don't know.
If you were a centaur.
Aaron, I loved that. I don't know where you shared it on social media, but it was a cartoon of a guy being like, "Hey, honey, come here. I find valid information that all the experts and scientists missed."
Oh, yeah.
Right? It was the guy just sitting at his computer yelling at his wife and like, look at the shit I found. All those scientists didn't know.
Oh, it was really funny.
I'm like, don't get it.
Big Blazing Boy, what's the most disappointed you've been in a movie/show ending?
Ending. Ooh. The most. I have to go. I mean, it's easy to say, and I think it's overblown. But Game of Thrones ending, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not initially. I felt like as it ended and we were watching it live, I remember going like, okay, all right, well, it ended. That was a good time. But like,
I think it's the same for me.
the more I've watched it, the more I've
it's
just, like,
set in.
And I only say it because I loved it so much.
Sure.
I probably that.
I think that wouldn't have bothered me as much had they given it, just make it a 10-episode season.
Yeah.
And you could have let it breathe a little bit more, and I think it could
Sure.
have fit okay. I think for me, the first one that comes to mind for me is Quarantine.
Mm.
And that's because of the
Wow.
trailer and the poster.
See, that's
mainly.
not the movie's fault, but yeah.
And it's one. I think it's one of my things where, like, I really hate the way marketing's done for a lot of things. We're like, all right, I wonder what's gonna happen in this, and I'm like, well, when's this gonna happen? When's this gonna happen? And then it happens. I'm like, wait, that's it? That's the last shot of the movie? Okay. So I don't know. That's the first one I thought of. I'm sure I have others, but I also usually don't like keep a list. Oh, I know one. How I Met Your Mother.
You didn't like the ending?
I didn't like the last. I liked all of it up to like the last 2 episodes, and I'm like,
Oh.
I feel like it kind of falls flat for me and doesn't work out.
I agree.
I think that it was really good for almost all of it. And I enjoyed it. It was funny. I loved the characters. And then, like, the last couple episodes, I'm just kind of like, I wish they wouldn't have quite done it this way. I wish they would have kind of done it this way or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chaos Theory. I'm with you there. Star Trek Enterprise. It just fizzled out.
But I think the answer for me is just Game of Thrones, just because of how much I very much enjoyed it to how I feel now. And it's not like, I mean, personally, it's really hard to like restart the series. And like, well, I'll watch the parts that I did like, because
Sure.
so much of it is like, well, where is this going and where is it going to end up and stuff like that,
I mean, most of my disappointing ones are like, not because it was bad, but because it was canceled too soon. Like Firefly.
Yeah, Firefly.
I'm
Yeah.
very disappointed in the way that ended, but
Sure.
it's not because it's bad. Just I wanted so much more than I got.
Yeah.
True.
Mitri asks, now that you finished Jujutsu Kaisen, what do you think of it? How would you rate it? We'll have to rate it in a
Next-
future podcast.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, we'll
But
rate
I
it.
really enjoyed it.
Especially rate it. I'll rate it after I've watched it for a bit,
Yeah.
Right now it's still very fresh, but it's always interesting after some time, what do I remember first for a while, you know? Because right now, I just keep thinking about that damn song at the end that I haven't heard for so long in reactions, but I love that first ending. But also its animation, its voice cast, especially for the dub, I thought. Because now that we've finished, I've like rewatched some highlights and stuff, and the second time around, I've appreciated its music a lot more.
I just appreciated the humor. I feel like it's a tough humor that could have easily gotten lost in translation, but the dub nailed it, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yep.
Sure. I understand too, Eric, because like right after I finished Last of Us, they're like, "What do you rate this game?" Like, I don't know. Like, it's at least this.
Yeah.
And like, I just kept thinking and talking about it and stuff with chat and whatnot.
Sure.
And as it went, it kind of went up a little bit. But I'm like, I'm not gonna just say like it's a 10 right now.
Yeah.
So I need to kind of think about it a little bit and kind of like, well, what did I have happen? What played? What am I missing that I'm not thinking about at this moment because I just finished the game? Because some things, like, after you think about it a little bit more, like, I forgot about this moment here in the 3rd chapter. That really works well with the ending of the game. I didn't even think about that, you know?
And that can work the other way, too. You can be done with something and have an amazing response to it, but then when you try to, think about it in terms of rating, then you're starting to like assign, okay, well, think about this specific thing and then this specific thing. And sometimes it can take your score down sometimes.
Sure.
It's like, okay, well, I mean, I got caught up in the moment, but trying to be as objective as possible, which is impossible because you must be as subjective. But there are some things where like, well, this part wasn't great, and maybe that brings the score down a little bit, you know?
Go Mast. What DC comic book character would you like to be?
DC?
Who would I like to be?
Alfred.
Dick.
Alfred's not bad.
Alfred gets a lot of cool shit and none of the danger.
Yeah, but no free time.
I guess.
And he's got to clean Batman's toilet.
And you're
You
also
think
just
he cleans the toilet?
He does everything.
continuously disappointed.
Do you think he's going to let just anybody in there to like lift the lid of the toilet and have just a batarang taped to it for
Sure.
emergencies?
Rick, you don't think I'd enjoy looking at Bruce Wayne, Batman, and being like, I'm disappointed, Master Wayne. you know? I would enjoy that. No, I just don't think that Alfred would clean his own toilet. I think that Alfred pays a toilet cleaning service to clean the toilets, and Alfred take care of all the other stuff.
I don't know.
He just helps make sure the house is good.
They flush the toilet and like his hatch opens up.
Why would you make your toilet flush and open the hatch?
Huh?
Why would you make
it
the
doesn't
toilet
flush? That's the problem. He has to go in there with a bottle of water every day and fill up the toilet so it doesn't like evaporate.
No, you don't take something
because it's
that
a fake
people,
toilet
that people naturally use and make it like you're not gonna take the
Bruce
toaster.
Wayne doesn't have guests.
I can't believe it.
Well, then you have to worry about the toilets.
This.
You don't need to worry about the toilets, right?
Yeah, but Bruce Wayne uses it.
Does he?
Because
He's
he
in the
always
Batcave.
forgets.
He's in the Batcave all the time. He's
Yeah,
not even
and
Bruce Wayne.
Alfred has to
He's
go
not
in there
home.
with like a little kitty sand shovel and like scoop it out and put it in the toilet. It's like, I told you, Master Wayne, not to use that toilet.
That's not.
Hey,
how
so
it
different
works.
question, but related. Wayne Manor, I'm sure has how many bathrooms does it have?
6.
It has like 60 rooms. It probably
Yeah.
has like 20 bathrooms.
Let's say it has 20 bathrooms. If you had 20 bathrooms in your house, but you're pretty much the only person living there.
You would pick the favorite.
Do you or do you cycle?
No, I picked
No, I
one.
wouldn't
You pick
cycle.
one and only use it. I feel like I'd be like, Tuesday. I kind of want to go.
It
like,
has
the North Wing.
14 bathrooms.
14 bathrooms. Like I don't know. I feel like it'd be interesting. Like I'm the only one using them.
Yeah, I
And
use
you gotta
one.
keep the pipes going and stuff. I feel like it'd be like make like a little roulette.
Hell, Eric, even here we all have like a bathroom we use.
Yeah, but that's different.
Why is it different?
Because Bruce is the only one living there.
So
Sure.
if you were only here and
Yeah.
no one else was,
yeah,
you
I
would.
tried
You're
different
saying
ones.
you'd be like, I'm going to this one. Now I'm
Fuck
going to
yeah.
this one.
I
Would
go
you
down
get to the
and
point?
use the one that's not even ours.
Would you get first floor? Would you get to the point? It's like, this bathroom is fucked. I'm not using this one again. You just shut it
I
up.
mean, if there's a good reason, but I imagine Bruce Wayne Manor has amazing bathrooms everywhere.
How many bathrooms do you have at your house, Eric?
2.
How many do you use?
If they were all usable, I would use both.
So you ruined one, and then you're
ruin it.
using the other one.
I said at home usually I rarely use our downstairs or upstairs bathroom because we actually have one on every floor. So I just use the one from our bedroom usually. But if someone's in that one and I have to, I'll use the other ones. I always try to use my
I
bedroom.
just have one.
Yeah, we were lucky with our house. We're like, we get one for the kids, one downstairs. We have 6 people. This is gonna be great. So at least now we have like several bathrooms if we need to.
No, we have 3 bathrooms, and one of them is way out of commission right now. It's just a hole in the floor.
There you go. Billy the Keg, thank you. Get self-cleaning toilets. Alfred ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, like those Japanese ones.
No, that's not self. It's
They have a button for
They
it.
do
different cleaning
that
button.
too, Aaron. They do everything.
they clean it all.
They jerk you off.
I think
Jesus,
my
Calvin.
DC character would be.
You're what?
Oh yeah, that was the question, huh?
I think my DC character would be the Riddler. Like just do hit hunts all
Do
the
hit
time.
hunts all the time.
Man, that was a while ago.
And you don't have to worry about, like, is this too hard or too easy because it's the world's greatest detective.
The world's greatest.
Yeah.
Metal asks, to hype up the Heaven's Feel reaction tomorrow, if you found yourselves chosen by the Grail, what servant would you want to choose? Keep in mind, a servant doesn't necessarily need to be a real historical person, just someone who has a legacy and is well known.
Yep. Batman.
So like just in general, or like from the shows, like movies and stuff.
Anyone.
I'm picking Ryder, so I can figure out who the hell she is.
It's like you summon her. It's like, who are you?
I order you to tell me he's one of your.
Yeah.
I'm fairly confident in my
Command
guess as to who
seals?
she is.
Yeah.
But
And we don't want to know. No one telling us in chat.
Um,
Batman.
Musashi Miyamoto.
Batman
That's
is
not
not
bad.
real. I guess it doesn't have to be anymore, right?
Yeah, remember? It got to the point where you guys were mocking me that I couldn't pick Batman, and then like it was revealed, no, it could be Batman.
Could be.
What?
I
Was
don't
it
remember
revealed? Was it revealed for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Seems ridiculous.
Yep. No, it's correct.
It's not even real.
Like,
Like, what powers does he have?
He's Batman.
Yeah, but like you pick Superman.
Uh-huh.
What powers does Superman have?
Sure.
Because in different iterations of his life, he has like super crazy strength, not as crazy
Well, it
strength.
depends
Yeah.
what he
laser
gets summoned
vision.
as, right?
You know, it depends on what his legend is.
He'd probably get summoned
You're
as
probably
assassin.
getting Batman that has the powers of what the criminals think Batman has.
Yeah, maybe.
You know?
But
Yeah,
is that from
that's
the
true.
world that of today, or is that some like
Batman.
fake world, or what world is that?
Batman.
It's not. It's not an answer.
It is an answer.
Mr. Yao Sao, aside from what the fan base already knows, what is your most likely buy on an impulse purchase? What is your most likely buy on an impulse purchase?
Like, what would you buy on an impulse? What's your most What are you
Like-
most likely to
like
buy
if
on
Steam
impulse?
games that are on sale.
Steam
I
games
do
on
that,
sale.
especially ones that I'm like, oh, this would be fun to play with my friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this because I don't play a lot of single player games.
Yes.
I
lasagna
am the
soup.
opposite, but yes. Also
Mm.
Steam games. That's really the only thing I think. Because board games, I agonize and like think about and read reviews, and there's a lot that goes into those decisions.
Mine is a unique soda. If I'm at like a convenience store or like McKenna's Market down here, I always like, I don't need a soda, but if I see one, I'm like, ooh, this looks interesting. I never had something like this before. That sounds good. I'll get that. Impulse. Like a unique soda.
The things that I've most recently bought on impulse were like things for the cats.
Mm.
Like these suction cup things that you put on the window so that they can lay in this little cat bed, but also like look out the window. And like this little track ball thing that you like clip together, and it's got a little like flashing LED light bulb in it that goes around, and they like stick their arm in there.
At what point is it not an impulse?
When
Like-
you've thought about it beforehand.
Like, only if I thought about it beforehand.
Yeah.
Like if I
It's like
go
you
and,
see it, you're like, oh, okay.
like if I go and order Chinese food.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I gotta kill time. I'll go walk around inside GameStop.
Yeah.
I'm walking around in GameStop. I have planned that I'm gonna go to GameStop to kill time. Is it if I buy anything, is that impulse?
Did you plan on buying something?
Yeah, I think it's impulse.
Not necessarily.
I would say
It
it's
would
an
also be
impulse.
like if you were getting Chinese food and you ordered your like orange chicken or something like that, and you're standing there and they ask you if that's all, and then you're like, you glance up at the menu and it's
See,
like,
egg rolls.
give me like crab rangoon. That's also an impulse.
to call this
Sure.
tiramisu or whatever it's
I
called.
do impulse buy food, almost everywhere.
Tiramisu?
Yeah.
Like
French.
I can't not go. Like I went to Wendy's, right? And I have to. It's almost a struggle for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna get a spicy chicken sandwich and that's it. Because I also want a Baconator. I shouldn't eat both.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm like, I used to do like I'm gonna get a
that's
spicy
the plan,
chicken,
baby.
I'm gonna get a spicy chicken sandwich, and I'll get a cheesy cheddar burger, add bacon, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like a bacon burger and it's extra. But like I always feel like I gotta get something else besides just this, right? I'm really hungry, right?
Yeah.
I almost always buy 2 of something. Like last time I went to Burger King, I bought a sandwich and a combo. They're like, is that all? And I was like, that shouldn't be all. I have chicken fries too.
Yeah.
But I just want my food.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do a lot when I'm waiting on food. If I go somewhere to kill time, I buy impulse stuff a lot of times. Sometimes, like I went and got Chinese food the other day, and I think it was like $120 at GameStop. And Melanie called me.
That's an impulse.
And Melanie called me, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" She goes, "Oh, just seeing what you got at GameStop." Because the account, I'm like, oh.
That's funny.
Yeah, you got those charge notifications turned on,
Yeah, I was like, well.
huh?
GameStop's like the only good place that you can get good action figures these days.
Were you asking us so that we could like justify if it was an impulse or not?
Well, like, now one of the things I bought was the Tony Hawk Pro Skater game, and I'm like, I
Sure.
did want that,
It's great.
but I wasn't planning on going to GameStop today and buying it, kind of thing, right?
Right.
So I'm
yeah.
like, is it an impulse or is it not an impulse at that point? So I don't know.
Obi has 2 toys that were bought on impulse because of his impulse. We went to Classic Plastics, and this is 2 separate times, but we were at Classic Plastics, and he saw this like Angry Bird, and he just wanted it and grabbed it. And Jancy's like, should we get it for him? I was like, I guess. Got it for him. He plays with it like every day. And then he also got a Litten, a Pokemon Litten. Those are his 2 impulse buy toys.
So
his impulse.
Is
toys.
it a dog toy? Is it just like a
No,
normal
it's just
stuff?
a little like plush toy, but they're not ones that are like gonna be. Like he has torn them up a bit, but not like crazy. You know, you generally don't want to give a dog toy that's not really meant for a dog, but these ones have held up pretty good.
Yeah.
But he loves that Angry Bird and he loves Litten.
Normally, it's a pretty good measure. If it was meant for a kid, you could also give it to your dog.
Yeah,
Because kids also put plushes
They
in
do.
their mouths.
So if it says like not suitable for kids under 5,
Sure.
like don't give it to your dog.
Yeah.
Dip asks, I don't know if we want to answer for people in the chat who haven't played. Now that Aaron has finished the first Last of Us main game, what is everyone's favorite moment from the first game?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go over that one.
Yeah, probably not.
Just because of like that moment may be a very big spoiler of things for people that haven't played it or want to play it. If we had a video game podcast, I would have a Last of Us podcast. Although I may not
Sure.
also not want to dive into Last of Us too much because I haven't played the DLC and I haven't played the second game,
You haven't.
and I don't want to
You
like
wouldn't be allowed to look at chat.
I don't want to start spurring that conversation of like other
Yeah.
games.
Oh no,
or
I would
whatever,
trust
so-
chat to not try to talk about future Last of Us stuff.
Well, not in Last of Us gameplay part 1 apparently because
No.
at some point it got turned to emote chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, someone must have been
No.
saying something.
Yep.
Sure.
No, they can't be trusted.
And Dr. Teak, did you guys decide if you're seeing Shang-Chi in theaters? You're not?
No, Ohio in our area has not done well with this latest surge in COVID, in my opinion, and I'm just not comfortable going to like a theater. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, if we can maybe figure out if we want to like a drive-in or something like that, I think that wouldn't be okay, or would be okay. But also, the wait these days for movies to go on video on demand is only like a little over a month, so we could possibly even just wait and do a reaction. But there's no current plans for us to go and do a review.
When Bisquick said, less death to reviews, only reactions. The only thing with that is the time span of making sure there's no spoilers. We don't
Yeah.
get
No,
spoiled
yeah.
from.
There's no way we
whatever.
could have made it 40 days or whatever for Endgame without getting spoiled.
Or, contact Disney and tell them, you guys should send screeners to Blind Wave.
We could have made it 2 weeks.
At the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was their campaign, right? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Don't spoil shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the floodgates would have opened.
Yeah, and then you would have seen everything everywhere.
Yep.
Right. Let's see here. Kind of talked about that already. What's your all's favorite cheese? Does any of you like brie?
I like brie.
I
He's
like
really
a
cool as Captain
sharp
Marvel, right?
cheddar
Yeah.
myself.
Favorite cheese. Cheddar's always good. on a lot of stuff. I like pepper jack as well.
Yeah.
I eat Swiss the most. I feel like just on sandwiches or
I
whatever.
eat Swiss a lot on sandwiches, but
I don't really do Swiss. I'm pretty sure I don't like feta. But the only
feta is like the little crumbles,
right?
right?
The only time I've had feta was on a 6-cheese pizza, whatever, from Papa John's, and feta was one of the things. And there's like something in it that I don't quite like, whatever it is. And I found out if I remove feta, I like the pizza a lot more. I'm pretty sure I don't care for feta too much, and I don't like blue cheese.
Yeah, I really like real Parmesan cheese, like the long shredded, not like the powder stuff that you get in like the
shakers.
Yeah, not like those, but
you want
like
a piece of cheese, just shred it.
Yeah.
Like when you go to Olive Garden, they're like, "Tell me when." And, just like,
and I just never tell them when, and they have to get more cheese.
They have to get more cheese.
Please say when. No.
Please. I'm doing the Lucifer stare at them while they do it.
Well, I was gonna get to bits and donations, then get back to questions if we have time, but Elements is not loading for me.
What?
Oh wait, here it comes. Thought it might have been down like PSN. All right. We're also going to be streaming Sea of Thieves tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yet again.
Oh, it was
We're
so
gonna be
fun yesterday or last week.
Continuing our Jack Sparrow stuff. We only got one tail done because we had some issues in the very beginning.
Should get an eye
Calvin
patch.
sunk our ship.
I mean, we got one tail done, but we got a world event done as well.
I never even touched the ship.
We did get one tall tail done, so I'm hoping we can get at least two of them done or something, you know? So
I go to the eye doctor in the morning for a checkup. I'm going to ask for an eye patch.
Yeah, we have some. But yeah.
Yar, can I get an eye patch?
The Ginger Avenger resubscribed for 18 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hilding, 100 bits. Weekly loving.
Weekly loving.
Loving.
Fumarak, 32 months.
Thank you, Fomarak.
Thank you.
Chaos Theory, 100 bits. Listening to Gamatatsu never gets old. 100% sounds like Mr. Hanky.
Okay.
Mr. Hanky.
Toad.
Yeah.
Naruto.
Howdy-ho. Man,
Oh,
I was looking
gotcha.
at South Park stuff on like HBO Max the other day.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he showed up like in the first season.
Oh, yeah.
There were lots of things that showed up in the first season. Like, man, that's the first season?
Yep.
It was, yeah.
Ned Lenny resubscribed for 37 months.
Thank you.
Thank you
Lenny.
so much.
Thank you. CD Briggs, 48 months. Happy Thursday.
4
Happy
years.
Thursday.
4 years. Super Jordan redeemed squats. Those are for you, Aaron, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
That's not a redemption.
Thank you.
Congrats on those. It's me, Gesto, gifted a sub.
It's me,
Thank you.
Gesto.
Super Jordan got squats Aaron just because, no reason. It's good for him. And
He's
then
not wrong.
Becky Setch said, Aaron, squats, sorry you drew the short straw, but just wanted to know if you guys were being offered vaccine boosters over there. We're apparently going to get them here in the UK soonish.
There's
Yeah, I think
talk
they're-
of it,
I think there's
Soon.
talk of it,
Mhm.
and they're planning on offering them soonish.
like
as well.
October-ish.
Yeah, October, I think.
I got to do squat.
Mookalele, subscribe for 9 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mookalele.
Dominic, resubscribe for 7 months.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dominic.
Dom. Family.
Johan tipped $5. Rick, will you play Fallen Order just so you can catch up with the current Star Wars canon? It's awesome. Love from Denmark. I do intend to play
It is quite good.
Whether on stream or off.
I will almost certainly be off stream.
Yeah.
But yes, I do intend to. Although I could play it on stream and just show how much better I am. You guys.
Sure.
Could do that.
I'm sure you could do that easily in
I
my
claim
case.
no expertise there.
Just lock on.
Step 1.
Sure.
I could do a
You just-
quiz of what happened.
Play the
Beat you
easier
there.
version of the game.
That's probably true.
It requires no skill.
Rycon, subscribe for the first time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Captain
Welcome.
Cold, 5 bits. Happy Bicentennial Day. Calendar Adjustment Day, National Blueberry Popsicle Day, Pierce Your Ears Day, Spalding Baseball Day, Victory Over Japan Day, World Coconut Day, and happy 57th birthday to Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. How
Happy
old?
birthday,
57.
Keanu.
You're beautiful.
57, huh?
57.
You're breathtaking.
That's breathtaking. That's what it is.
So beautiful.
It's true.
Jamay, 100 bits. Hey guys, do you like the way Netflix shows drop all episodes at once like Stranger Things, or do you prefer them spaced out 1 week at a time?
Spaced out.
Spaced out 1 week at a time.
Spaced out.
I also don't discourage anybody or think of the less of their opinion that like it the other way. So
Sure. They can have their opinion.
Natty Bo, you subscribed for 2 months.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Lewis, 21, tip $5. Hey guys, just became Patreon, having issues with the unlock process.
Mm-hmm.
Any solutions? Thank you. Have a nice day. Contact us on Patreon or on the website. But normally it's either you need to change your currency to United States dollars, or Patreon hasn't processed your payment yet.
Yeah.
Those are the two big ones, especially being really close to the beginning of the month.
Mm-hmm.
But you can contact us either way.
Yeah.
We can help you out. Resolute Riot, subscribe for the first time.
Thank you.
Riot.
Thank you.
Stormy Boy, 26 months. Hope you all are doing well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You as well.
BV Ackerman, 16 months. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eddie the Head, 24 months. No Netflix dub makes me sad. Chaseway, 10 months. Started a new job at the post office. To help my day go faster, I'm currently watching all mailbags. Currently on 110. Love you guys. Keep
Wow.
up the good work.
That's so much.
That's
That
why
is
the
a
mail
lot.
takes so long.
And you have so much to get
You
through.
have so much further to go.
How many we have? Like 240 or something? 270? What is it?
240.
Jets, 6 months. Thanks for all the amazing videos these past few years. Thank you for watching.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
watching.
Alex the Great, resubscribed for 35 months.
Thank you, Alex.
The great.
You are great.
Verdugo Killer, subscribed for the first time.
Have you seen Willow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen the shit out of
Who
Willow.
hasn't seen Willow? You.
Him!
You.
He hasn't seen any
Shame!
George Lucas
Shame!
besides Star Wars.
Shame.
I haven't seen one.
You haven't seen any George Lucas besides Star Wars, right?
Howard the Duck.
You haven't seen Howard the Duck,
No, I
You haven't
that.
seen
Red Tails.
Griff-
Red
Graffiti.
Tails.
I really wanted to see Red Tails, but I haven't yet.
Oh.
It was on my list.
To be fair, Ron Howard directed, but it is LucasArts, you're right.
Yeah.
Or Lucasfilm, I should say.
I watched Indiana Jones. Does he
Oh
count?
yeah, there's gonna be a Willow TV series, isn't there?
Think so?
Yeah.
I heard there was something about that. I don't know
Yeah.
whether it's still
And
going
another-
through or not.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Also.
There'll be that.
Wait, there's 2 American Graffitis?
Is there?
I don't know.
You're the one talking about George Lucas movies,
Was
Rick.
it a
Oh,
remake?
I haven't seen the second
There's
one.
Maybe it was a
American
remake.
Graffiti, it says in 1973, and then it says more American Graffiti in 1979.
I wonder if he was involved.
He was an executive producer,
Mm.
but not a director. Whereas in the first one, he wasn't an executive producer, but he was a director and
Yeah,
writer.
He directed.
This one, he just produced.
I'm sorry, I
I've-
doubted you, Calvin.
It's okay.
But you also haven't seen Waterboy.
No. Or Waterworld.
Or Waterworld.
Oh, Waterworld.
Are you just looking at movies he's produced, Trick, for the most part?
Like
Executive producer on?
well, yeah, he hasn't directed very much.
No, he hasn't. Like in that, like all the Indiana Jones, I've seen those. I think I've seen Labyrinth. Pretty sure.
Labyrinth's great.
Land Before Time, I've seen that.
He produced that?
As it says on Wikipedia.
Huh.
And that's in Clone Wars. But you said Star Wars, so yeah. Anyway.
All right. I think that's close enough to time.
Apparently
Call it.
he's an uncredited for Return to Oz, which I'm pretty sure I've seen because that had those weird like
Yeah.
roller skating guys, right? Like on all 4 legs.
That's
kinda
another
thing.
really creepy one when you're
That
a
one
kid.
was creepy.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Definitely.
I've
seen that
heard
one.
horror stories about that movie.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this podcast, which is live at twist.tv every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to be back on the high seas. Jack Sparrow, Sea of Thieves.
Indeed.
Yes. Join us. We'll be back.
And I'll be back Saturday with Psychonauts 2.
Yes! On the Series X.
Oh,
Thanks, guys. Hope to see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.
Colors high.
Yar har fiddly. All right with me.